All waiting for you at the Living Desert Zoo and Garden State Park in Carlsbad. Located at the top of the Ocotillo Hills, the Living Desert will take you through a variety of habitats, from the sand hills to the arroyo, from the Pinon Juniper Zone, and through the canyonlands along the 1.3-mile self-guided tour. Features like the nocturnal exhibit, a walk through the park, including the aviary and reptile exhibit, will give you a glimpse into the hundreds of species of plants and animals adapted to the arid climate of the Chihuahuan Desert. In addition, the Succulents of the World greenhouse exhibits highly adapted plants from many parts of the world. Don't forget your souvenirs from the Visitors Center at the Living Desert Zoo and Garden State Park in Carlsbad. Open every day except Christmas Day, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m., with last entrance being at 3:30. Visit livingdesertnm.org or call 575-887-5516 for more information. Paid for by City of Carlsbad Lodgers Tax.
Southeast New Mexico weather.
Hi, good morning. The forecast for southeast New Mexico down to 285 as temperature readings are moving this afternoon to around 90 degrees. That's going to be the favorite number this afternoon for highs, 90 degrees for Carlsbad, Artesia, and around 86 degrees at our studios here in Lovington. Well, temperatures again tomorrow in the middle to upper 80s in Lovington, 90 degrees once again in Carlsbad, Artesia. For W105 FM, I'm meteorologist Ron Arberts.
Your country plays on W105.
You guys ready?
Be in the Breakfast Club, broadcasting from the Inn of the Mountain Gods studio. Text line at 877-396-W105. Powered by Amigo Machinery, your Kubota dealer. Question of the day brought to you by Lovington Auto Supply, your Napa dealer.
And I want to make sure I get the quote exactly right.
You seem particularly triggered right now.
Hello and welcome.
Today is National Brother and Sister Day.
It is National Siblings Day.
You're my brother.
You're my brother.
You're my sister.
Are you siblings?
My siblings. I have siblings. We're siblings.
We're the siblings. Celebrate Sibling Day.
One big happy family.
One big happy family.
You can make a whole day of it.
It's showtime.
And good morning. It is showtime. As long as the voice holds out, it is showtime. Tom, I'm sure, is there to save me this morning.
Always.
Yeah, instead of wreaking havoc, he is here to save me. They have started tearing things down at UCLA, much like California. You talk about it for 2 days. You telegraph the pass. And then finally you go in there and it's wishy-washy.
Yeah, that sounds like California.
Yeah. Ottawa went in there with force to send a message to the other clowns. Hey, we're coming in. Right. We're going to tear this down. We're arresting people. But instead, they gave them all of their demands. Oh, you want zip ties? You want hammers? You want plywood? What else, Blake?
Helmets.
Let's just give them.
Helmets, gas masks.
You want
helmets, gas masks. Let's just give it all to them.
And by the way, all of that can't have anything to do with Israel.
Yes. And by the way, we'll take lotion, but no suntan lotion because that has pesticides. We can't have pesticides. And by the way, nothing oil-based. Oh, okay. Well, you can't have the plastic helmets. Yeah. I don't know how to tell you that.
Yeah.
And but sorry, the lotion has petroleum.
I just can't believe that they brought them helmets and plywood and zip ties and gas masks.
Well, not only that, PVC pipes that they used as weapons.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
I mean, you take a piece, half-inch PVC pipe.
Yep.
And that becomes a club.
Oh, yeah.
It hurts.
Tom, can I whap you upside the head with a 3/4 inch PVC pipe?
I know you wanted to before. So.
Oh, that's daily. That is daily. But
because a PVC pipe at 3/4 or a half inch is like a stick. You know, it is a club, and you could probably kill someone with that, but you're going to do a lot of damage, really, if you're really swinging it. It's like a small baseball bat. You know.
Now, if you move to 1 inch, then you can inflict some serious pain.
Right.
I don't know if it will kill somebody, but it will definitely inflict serious pain.
Well, it's it's time to bring out the water cannons and the rubber bullets. I mean, you just need to go in there, take your water cannons, and just start moving these people out.
Well, what you need to do is quit messing around.
Right.
And quit telling them what you're going to do. I mean, I've been listening for 2 days about UCLA.
Well,
and they're telling, well, looks like they're about to go in. Wait, I think they'll come in on the backside.
Now look.
Why are you telling them
Yeah.
exactly what you're going to do?
And here's the real problem. There is no leadership doing this. Now, if you think
Where's Joe Biden?
And where is Gavin Newsom? It's his state. You know,
but Joe Biden, it's pretty sad that Donald Trump has made a number of statements, and Joe Biden has not made one statement.
Zippo.
None.
Well, he ain't gonna either.
Well, and neither has Chuck Schumer or any of the other Democrat leadership, because they are now implicitly aligned with the squad, with Ian Omar, with the terrorists.
Right. So we're in, this country is in deep, deep doo-doo. We better get our head out of our rear, and we better start doing it fairly quick, because this is not the way you react to something like this.
No.
Pretty sad. Today is Baby Day, something that maybe will put a smile on your face. Brother and Sister Day. That is the question of the day. Tell me about your brothers and sisters. International Scurvy Awareness Day. Tell them what is scurvy.
It's a skunk.
Arg. It's a disease you get at sea, mate.
National Day of Prayer. But if we've ever needed prayer, today is the day.
Yep.
Yes, we do.
National Day. Today is the National Day of Prayer.
The first Thursday of
it's not
the
coming
month.
up. It is the day of prayer. That's why I said it was today. Was the day of prayer.
We need every day to be a day of prayer right now.
Yeah, no doubt. National Day of Reason. Here's another day that fits today. National Fire Day, Life Insurance Day, Truffle Day.
I can fit that in there too. Set it on fire.
Yeah. Take a baby to lunch day, World Password Day, and World Tuna Day going on all day today. Price of oil on the way. We're going to take out trash a little later. Thought for the day, the tweet of the day, and more. There is one shining light with all this crap going on in America. One shining light. It will be the tweet of the day, and I will get to that in a second. White House announced the president has ordered the federal government to write off $6.1 billion in student loans. More student loan forgiveness, even though the Supreme Court said no.
And they've taken over universities, so those students can't actually learn.
Yeah. 317,000 people who attended art institutes. Well, most of those are baristas now at Starbucks, if I'm not mistaken. You could almost hear the silent cheer at Starbucks as all the baristas, go Joe, go Joe. Mm-hmm. Institution of falsified data, knowingly misled students and cheated borrowers. That's what they're saying, as they went to an art institute where they thought they would be able to get out of school and make a living. And so very few though. Let's be honest.
It's most of the graphic designers and stuff like that go there. Those are the ones.
Yeah, they'll make a living, and they'll make a good living, but that is a competitive marketplace now. Right. In a global world that we live in,
right.
I can send off a logo design or a cartoon and that type of stuff, and I'll get it back by this afternoon.
Yeah. Well, and like, comic books and stuff like that, Marvel has been moving away from using American artists. And they ship a lot of that overseas, so you got a lot of Filipino artists and a lot of others from that area.
There's some of these guys in India, that do graphic arts, mm-hmm. and you can send them something, and they'll send it back. I mean, like a 6-hour turnaround.
Yeah, and cheap,
and very cheap, like $15.
Yeah.
Wow, thank you. Group of moms at a California Disneyland were caught on video pounding on another woman.
My goodness.
As two small kids watched and passerbyers ignored the melee. They were just like, oh, forget about it. It's a family fun pack. Yes. When you go to Disney, they need to hand out family fight packs instead. Not the family fun pack, but the fight packs. Disneyland is yet again asked people to keep their fightings where it belongs. At Walmart. Damn it, keep it at Walmart. Not at Disney. I also saw an amusement park in California that this old man was getting the crap beat out of him by the workers.
What?
Yeah, by the workers. I was like, don't know. What is it called? Knott's Berry Farms?
Yeah, that's across the street from Disneyland.
That's it. Yep. Stan Lee makes a cameo appearance in all the Marvel films he was involved in.
Yep.
Marvel has focused a deal with an AI company that will allow him to continue popping up in at least one scene in every Marvel movie from now on.
Wow.
Well, that's pretty cool. And the wife of former Michigan State University head coach Mel Tucker has filed for divorce and asked for a restraining order and alleges that he pulled money out without her knowing from their joint funds, including $1.5 million to pay his legal offense. That guy had it was like a $29 million contract.
He did.
He was making $9 million a year.
At Michigan State, come on, of all schools.
And could not stop sending texts to the woman they hired to teach the players about sexual abuse. So the sexual abuse consultant gets abused by the coach who's making $9 million a year.
And you can't make this up.
No.
NBC is preparing a $2.5 billion a year bid to try to take over NBA all rights from TNT. $2.5 billion for rights to the NBA. That will be on multiple platforms. All right, we're going to get into the campus protest. We'll get to that coming up in just a second. Our number, 877-396-W105. Don't forget this coming May 10th and 11th. That's next weekend. Flashlight Cash Days return to the Hobbs Airfield Speedway. The Summer Banger Flashlight Cash Days Friday night, May 10th, TNT races. And then May 11th, they've got the big races. Daily Driver, Run What You Brung It, Junior Dragsters. They also have the Tailgate and True Street and more. And special guest, the Flagman, BJ, the Flagman from New Orleans, is going to be there. And he's part of the Street Outlaw TV show. You've probably seen him on the Street Outlaw TV show.
Yep.
And he's going to be there. His first trip to New Mexico and West Texas. Hobbs Airfield Speedway, racing May 10th and 11th. If you need more information, follow them Facebook, Instagram, and on TikTok. 575-631-5099. Get in touch with our buddy Jamal today. 88 and sunny throughout the day, less than 15-mile-an-hour winds. Tonight down to 57. Tomorrow 89 and sunny, and then rain in the forecast as we approach the weekend. Saturday, rain in the forecast in the afternoon, high getting up to about 85. Quick check of the weather being brought to you by Seminole Siding and Construction. Trusted name across southeast New Mexico. They offer siding, roofs. They do metal buildings. Windows, doors, you name it, they do it. Give them a call, 575-391-1430. Good people to work with. Really good people to work with. Their standards are way up here. And if you're watching on the on YouTube, Facebook, it's way up here. If you're not, just imagine me lifting my hand. There, up here. Their standards are very high.
Right.
And so you have your standards as a layperson, and their number one goal is to make sure everything is done the right way. And that's exactly what they do. Give them a call if you need metal buildings, metal roofs, shingle roofs, siding. If you need doors, windows, 575-391-1430 or SeminoleSidingAndConstruction.com. Tom on the text.
You know, Mama Bear is chiming in, B. She says, my brother in Minnesota asked me what was the last movie I watched in the theater. I told her it was Sound of Freedom. Then he called me a right-wing extremist. That's Mama Bear this morning. Okay. And did you guys see what's going to charity? This texter is asking. $230,000 for a section bud for the Super Bowl commercial. Okay.
Yeah.
What?
I don't understand it either.
I didn't either when he sent it.
Says, did y'all see where Fox is going to, it says Cherry, C-H-A-R-Y. I think it's charity.
Sure, I was going to say charity.
$233,000 a section bud for Super Bowl commercials.
What does that mean?
I'm not real sure what that is.
I don't know.
Explain a little bit, will you, Tex? So, and all students arrested here on a visa should be deported today.
Amen.
Oh, look at this guy they're hauling off. He looks like he's 45 years old. What are you doing on college campus? You're probably a professor, aren't you? Haul him off. He's got a bloody lip.
Too bad. Like if you only have a bloody lip out of this, I mean, you have caused thousands of dollars in public damage. You have.
Think about this, Blake. Think about the people in Los Angeles. All these cops leave behind the duty they're supposed to be on to be out there doing this job to clean up the mess that the campus should have cleaned up a long time ago.
Yeah.
The campus should have said, nope, not at our campus, not putting up with it.
No.
Sorry, get them out of here. You're going to be expelled from school.
Yep.
You're going to lose all your credits, whatever.
Right.
Do whatever you have to do.
Well,
but instead, you coddled these kids.
Well, and more than half of these people don't even go to school there.
Yeah, you did a terrible job protecting the university where people pay $90,000 a year to go to.
And I agree with some of the lawmakers that are questioning whether they should still receive Title VI money.
No.
Because there's hundreds of millions of dollars that is given to these universities to apparently promote anti-American agendas.
Burning the American flag, dragging the American flag. And you know what? If these kids feel so entrenched with Gaza and Palestine, and I've heard the words Hamas, you're backing Hamas. Send their ass to Gaza.
Look.
Send them to Gaza.
And we got to start saying it for what it is. I know these major news outlets won't, but these are terrorist supporters.
Yep, no doubt.
Boom.
No doubt. So send them over there. And the ones that make me sick are the queers for Palestine. Don't you get it, man? Hamas will throw you off a building.
That's right.
If someone is gay and supports Hamas or any of these Muslim terrorists, you don't understand what's going on. They
don't
want
get
to
it.
kill you.
They will throw you off.
Yeah, I mean, you just, it's crazy. All right, thought for the day on the way. Let's dive into Northwestern professor whose school gave in to the anti-Israel agitators is actually he's the son of a notorious terrorist radicals. In fact, not just one, his mom and dad.
Well,
his mom and dad.
Birds of a feather.
So, yeah. So the Chicago school, Northwestern.
Chicago.
This guy is a professor at Northwestern. He's leading the charge for the pro-Gaza movement. His dad is Bill Ayers. Tom, you remember the name Bill Ayers?
Tip of my tongue, yes.
Bill
Man, you
Ayers.
must have like that. That's why you're having trouble talking, because you got so much crap on the tip of your tongue. So Bernadine Ray Dornan and Bill Ayers, that's their son.
Wow.
Zaire Ayers Dornan. And Bill Ayers and this Bernadine, mom and dad, were both members of the Weather Underground.
Yeah, that kid had no chance.
bombed Washington, D.C. multiple times. And then Bill Ayers became a professor and became buds with Barack Obama and loaned Barack Obama, I think, money for his home in Chicago.
A lot of money. Yes.
How does a terrorist get lots of money? Anybody ever think about this? How are they getting lots of money?
Well, and why are they so buddy-buddy with a former U.S. president?
Yeah.
He's Muslim.
And a U.S. president who has great influence over the current president.
Right.
Yeah, pretty scary. New York warning radicalization has infiltrated the city. I hate to tell you, radicalization is all across the United States. Joe Biden has let the radicals, the terrorists, in on the southern border. And not only that, he has not just let them in on the southern border, he's actually flown them in.
Yeah, private charter.
Yeah, he's actually flown them in. So Eric Adams talking about the radical movement of these young people. That's hey, it's your party doing that?
Yes.
It's your president doing that? It's crazy.
Yeah.
Looks like Colombia. Rot on display as deported terrorist professor praises his wife to join the mob. He's very determined. So the wife of the former computer science professor who has pled guilty to providing support to terrorists joined the protesters at Columbia University in Manhattan last week.
Of course.
So this guy has been arrested and will be deported because he is supporting terrorists, and then he's got his wife out there promoting Hamas and pro-Palestinian protests. So you know what? Maybe she should be deported too.
Yes.
Siam al-Arid, the former university professor who admitted to conspiring with the Palestinian Islamic Jihad terrorist group in 2006, encouraging his wife to take up the demonstration, which she did. Because in the Muslim faith, Tom, the husband tells the wife what to do, and she'll trot out there and do it. Doesn't matter if he's in prison.
Right.
She'll do it. Riot police at UCLA, they're shutting things down as we speak. The clash is continued to going on, and they are actually, after 2 days of talking about it, they're actually hauling people out.
What I like about this is every time, there's a camera on them, and when they're zip tying them, because that's the handcuffs they use. If they have a mask, if they have
this question, what the hell is that? That is a dude in a woman's top.
Yes.
What the hell is that?
Well, UCLA. But one of my favorite things is if they have a mask on, they pull that mask down.
Yeah.
Right.
They're going to show your face.
Yeah.
I hope mom and dad are watching on Fox this morning and go.
And look at these kids that are just smiling ear to ear because they're getting arrested.
Yeah.
It's a badge of honor for them.
Yeah.
Because they don't even know what they're. I think half of these kids don't even know what they're protesting.
I'm white, I'm privileged, and I have to pick up the march against something. That's what this says.
Yeah.
That's all it says. All right, price of oil this morning being brought to you by our buddies at Spinnaker Oilfield Cementers and Cud Energy Services. Together, they are hiring. Look, they offer a great paid plan. They offer one of the best benefit packages out there. Housing's available if you need it. Get in touch with them today. Text Oilfield to 63566 or greatoilfieldjobs.com. Currently, they're hiring. They have a program service supervisor and training program. CDL is required. Apply today. They're looking for diesel mechanics, electric technicians, equipment operator must have a CDL, and they're looking for experienced pressure pump hands. Equal opportunity employer, drug-free employer. 629, Tom.
West Texas Intermediate, $79.70, $84.25 for Brent crude, and the price of natural gas is $1.95. B.
Ay, pobrecito, mijo. They got you, bro. They got you. The only problem is they won't know if to put you in the men's jail or the women's jail. Wow.
Let them fight it out.
Can you come get me, Mommy, please? All right, we're gonna get to the tweet of the day coming up. It is a great one, probably one of the best things to come out of all of this. I'll get to that in just a second. Hobbs man has been arrested for selling an illegal automatic weapon conversion device and a silencer.
Mm-hmm.
According to officials, undercover agents in the Lee County Drug Task Force purchased 2 Glock switches and a silencer from 22-year-old Devin Wayne Davis Cobbs of Hobbs.
Correct. And it looked like
They
he
say
made it
that-
on a CNC router kind of thing.
Oh.
That's the way it looks like it was made from.
So they say that Cobb admitted to selling 2 switches
Cobb's,
from the for the past 2 or 3 to 4 years, offering to install the switches for agents.
Mm-hmm.
They say they also offered to sell the agents a suppressor. Officials say Cobb sold them the switch back in February. Officials say that Cobb told them that he has a steady supply of devices, but said it is not known where he is getting them from at this point.
Well,
Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives investigating this case.
Yeah, and I saw the pictures of it, and it looks like that it's probably made out of aluminum, and it looks like Cobb's did it, like I said, on a CNC router or something like that. And what it does is you put it in, it goes in a Glock, and it makes it fully auto.
And Glocks are fairly easy to make fully auto to begin with. I had a guy, I was at the range, and I hear, what the hell? I went down the line, and this guy is shooting fully auto.
Mm-hmm.
He goes, I can turn yours into, no. Every bullet that I have is mine.
Right.
And with my luck, somebody break into my house and I'll kill the neighbor. No, thank you. I'm good. No, thank you. I'm awesome.
Well, and bullets they're not cheap right now.
All right, this is for the traffic information on Highway 128 with foggy. Slow down, please, says the texter. Another one says, Tom, can you tell all these stupid SOBs to slow down, please? Turn their fog lights on. There's still some patchy fog around the area, and no one is slowing down. That's Tim from the patch this morning.
Yeah, make sure that, you don't have your bright lights on in the fog, because that just blinds everyone.
It blinds everyone.
Yeah, no doubt.
Homosexual supporting Hamas makes as much sense as a wolf inviting a lamb for dinner, says this one texter.
Yeah, you're spot on.
But these white kids that they're hauling out right now, they don't even know what they're supporting. They really don't.
They have been brainwashed by these professors that they're privileged and that they were given stuff that nobody else has gotten.
Mm-hmm.
And the whole thing is a load of BS. Some of these professors are teaching that all white people are privileged. I'm just going to say, I didn't grow up in a privileged household.
No.
We didn't know where we were going to scratch enough money to get together to go buy bread.
Right.
And a gallon of milk. By the time my dad was coming up at the end of his pay period, before he was going to get paid, we were scratching to survive. We had 5 kids. We weren't privileged. Yes, we lived together. My mom and dad were together. I guess we were privileged because of that. But as far as having money, come on. Not us. What about you, Blake? You were privileged?
Not at all. No. We had to work for everything we had.
Yes, and so they're portraying white people as being privileged. Just not true. There are plenty of white people that are in Section 8 housing and in the projects.
Yes.
And cities that have projects.
Yeah, and it doesn't come from any color of skin.
No.
You get up, you go to work, right?
Yeah.
Whatever your work is, however you earn your income.
Yeah,
and
you
then
just get up and go to work.
Yeah, and then you can be proud of what you've done, and you've worked as hard as you can,
My old man works 7 days a week.
Yep.
7 days a week, and he worked 7 days a week to pay for our so we could go to Catholic school.
Well, and I learned a lot from my dad because he was also a firefighter. So he did firefighting, which is 24 on, 48 off. And the 48 off, he worked a couple other jobs.
Yeah, and that's what most of those guys do. All right, 7:34. Let's get to the tweet of the day. We'll get to the tweet of the day up next. Thought for the day being brought to you by Wakefield Oil, serving southeast New Mexico 35-plus years ago. Mr. Wendell Wakefield brought the kids and brought them to southeast New Mexico to be part of Wakefield Oil. And they deliver oil and gas products out in the patch. If you need unleaded, diesel, DEF value, or interstate batteries, get in touch with them. WakefieldOil.com for more information. Thought for the day is wine flies when you're having fun. You might have to think about that one for a second. So I'm struggling over here with this sore throat. Yeah. And so if you hear me dipping out a little bit, I don't want to cough. I don't want to be a Tom and cough on the mic, but we shall survive. All right, 6:35, the governor appoints a brand new energy secretary. Michelle Lujan Gresham announced that she has appointed Melanie Kinderdine as the state energy secretary. She's in charge of energy. She's in charge of minerals and natural resources. Tom, does that include the oil and gas industry?
Probably does. She probably doesn't know a thing about it either.
No. This is just another in this revolving door cabinet.
She has been part of a Energy Futures Initiative in Washington, D.C., a nonprofit dedicated to harnessing the power of technology and policy innovation to boost clean energy.
So the governor brings in someone from the Northeast who has probably never even been to a state where oil production exists.
Well, she actually went to school at Manzano.
Oh, okay.
And UNM. So she's from New Mexico.
Okay. Oh.
But you bring somebody in that is part of a foundation. She's never had a real job.
She's part
never
of
run
the green energy cabal.
That's it. And the governor went on to say, I look forward to the positive impact she will have in helping New Mexico shape our clean energy future. And you can almost hear her gritting her teeth and saying, screw the oil and gas industry. You can almost hear her saying it.
You know, and they keep saying green energy and clean energy. Well, natural gas is one of the cleanest energies out there.
It is, no doubt. 6:37, brand new polling numbers about Mike Johnson. The guy Tom said had a tough job. He just got a tough job. Give him a chance.
He does have a tough job.
By the way, the Republicans are, his approval ratings among Republicans plummeting.
Mm-hmm.
Guess who's he's getting high approval ratings from?
Democrats?
Yep.
Democrats, yes.
Yep.
Democrats. By the way, that should be reversed for the Speaker of the House, who is a Republican.
Marjorie Taylor Greene has had enough.
She is now calling them the MUGA instead of Make America Great Again. Yeah. So I got the soundbite. I'll play that in a second. New Mexico once again tops the national list. This time for drugs. New Mexico ranks first in the percentage of teenagers who report using illicit drugs in the past month. It comes in third for the percentage of adults who admit of using illicit drugs in the past period, over the same period, last month. State ranks seventh in overdose deaths per capita.
Wow.
New Mexico is second in terms of adults who are unable to access treatment for illicit drug use in the past year. And it holds the position of eighth in the number of substance abuse treatment facilities per 100,000 people for kids 12 and older. New Mexico has the biggest drug problem in the United States, especially when it comes to teenagers. State has the highest percentage of teens using illicit drugs, the highest share of teenagers who report that they used marijuana before they were 13 years of age.
Wow.
New Mexico. topping the list.
Does it have anything to do with us being a border state and the border crisis and the massive flow of fentanyl from Mexico and China?
Well, speaking of fentanyl, New Mexico man is facing federal drug charges after he was stopped speeding Monday. New Mexico State Police stopped Michael Diego Gustavo Serna, traveling eastbound on I-40, west of the Route 66 casino. When they stopped him, they were actually spoke to him. He was nervous. They smelled marijuana. His story's conflicted. They ended up finding over 160,000 fentanyl pills.
Wow.
160,000 fentanyl pills. And he said he was being paid $20,000 to transport the fentanyl.
Wow.
Now, let me just ask this. If you've got 160,000 fentanyl pills in the vehicle and you're smoking marijuana while driving, wouldn't you have the sense to slow down?
Obviously not.
I mean, I'm driving like 2 miles over the speed limit.
Do you really think that somebody with 160,000 fentanyl pills smoking while he's driving has common sense?
No, none at all. All right, we're going to talk about New Mexico State Police settling a lawsuit after an officer pled guilty to rape. We'll get to that coming up. Tweet of the day being brought to you by King Driving Academy. You can find them 1430 West Bender in Hobbs. 4-week CDL training school. They offer 2 weeks of theory, 2 weeks of on-the-road training, and a course taught by a state-certified CDL instructor. Some of these courses that are being taught, it's not taught by a state instructor, a certified instructor. So they want to make sure and let you know, look, their course is taught by a state-certified CDL instructor. Right now, when you mention being the Breakfast Club, you're going to save $500 off your enrollment fee. 575-441-7835 or 1430 West Bender in Hobbs. Tweet of the day being brought to you by our buddies at King Driving Academy in Hobbs. Check them out today. One of the proudest moments coming out of all this craziness on campus, Carl Hebge gives us the play-by-play for what happened in North Carolina yesterday.
This is at UNC Chapel Hill. While terrorists were trying to tear down our American flag, a bunch of pop-collar frat boys had had enough. They surrounded the flagpole. They picked the flag up off the ground while getting pelted with water bottles and rocks and whatever else was laying around. And they stood their ground until cops cleared out these American-hating savages. Yes, this iconic action you're seeing right there, that will be the Iwo Jima of the 21st century. Just when you thought you'd lost hope in an entire collegiate generation, these guys totally redeemed my faith in the future of America. Now, a lot of you get this, but this flag, it's way more important than just a piece of cloth to me. This is what we draped over my friends who didn't make it home. This is what we fought for and picked up out of the dirt and carried for the past 250 years against all odds.
Yes.
We've carried it to the top of mountains, the valleys of Afghanistan and Iraq, the Chosin Reservoir, the beaches of Normandy. We have flown them everywhere after the 9/11 attack. It's even on the moon. And the symbolism of how important that is to me and all the people who actually appreciate this country, that is not lost on these protesters. That's why they're attacking this.
Amen. Amen. Continuing to watch what's going on at UCLA. Oh, wait, they got a fighter. They got a fighter. Put him on the ground. Rub some dirt on it. Yeah. The hog tie his legs. Drag him out. Drag him out. The looks on some of these people's face, a big old smile.
Yeah.
Because they know there's no accountability.
No.
They know that there is not going to, then nothing is going to happen to them.
They know that the prosecuting attorneys, the district attorneys in those districts, are funded by George Soros. They're not going to get prosecuted.
No.
Just like what Donald Trump is going through right now, that attorney funded by George Soros.
Yeah. Megyn Kelly had a question about all these people. She wanted to know one question, Tom. Listen to this.
And by the way, why are they so unattractive? I really legitimately want to know, why are all the protesters so homely? I don't think they're unconnected. I'm not going to lie. I think attractive, smart people are not drawn to this nonsense. They're living their lives being successful. It's the unattractive and or dumb people who feel the need to do this to feel like they matter. Sorry, hard truth.
I'm agreeing with him. I'm not a huge fan, but yes, thank you for that. Kamala Harris did it again. The Unburdened. Remember the Unburdened? She did it again yesterday. Here we go. And for the millionth time, she did the Unburdened.
I can imagine what can be and be unburdened by what has been.
Oh.
You know? What can be unburdened by what has been.
Oh.
What can be.
Oh.
Unburdened.
Oh, sister.
By what has been. What can be. By what has been. What can be. Unburdened.
Oh, unburdened.
By what has been. What we can see, what we believe can be, unburdened by what has been. What can be. Unburdened by what has been. What can be.
Oh, please.
Unburdened by what has been.
What
can be. Unburdened by what has been. What can be.
I just got to ask, what the hell does that even mean?
Well, so here's the thing. Is on one knee pad, it had the first part of that written in there. And on the other knee pad, it had the second part. So she saw that over and over and over again. So, you know, that's what comes out.
One of your favorites, Representative Leger Fernandez, New Mexico proud, talks about Small Business Week in New Mexico.
Period. From green chile farmers to independent bookstores to small manufacturing plants, our small businesses line our main streets and bring economic vitality to our communities. This Small Business Week, I recognize SBA's storied past and the even stronger future we will create. Muchísimas gracias.
Oh, cultural appropriation.
Yeah, she did it again. By the way, you're not Hispanic.
Nope.
Your husband is Hispanic.
Yep.
You're not.
Correct.
Sorry to tell you. All right, little Ben Ray Lujan. Little Ben Ray made a statement. He's worried about the Permian Basin. He's worried about the methane plume. We're going to get to that coming up next. Ben Ray Lujan talking about hundreds of people are dying because of the methane plume.
Yeah, right, whatever.
Tom, it's a big deal. You just don't know it's a big deal. This is a big... Say, the methane plume, we're going to get to that coming up next. Also, we'll talk about that settlement by the state police. And a man that was punched by Mike Tyson is looking to get paid. We'll get you updated with that. Morning show this morning being brought to you by Roadrunner Grill and Barbecue, 811 West Main in Artesia. Serving breakfast right now. They have an awesome lunch where they serve barbecue, and they've got a great menu. So if you were, a patron of the original Roadrunner Grill, they have the same menu. Now they have added barbecue. 811 West Main in Artesia. Call in advance, 575-736-2573. Looking for maybe to feed everybody in the office or on location. Call in advance. Need somebody to cater? They can cater. 575-736-2573 or 811 West Main in Artesia. Tom on the text.
All right, before we go there, B, let's go to the phone lines. Good morning. You are on B in the Breakfast Club. Who's this?
Hey, it's Mark out here in the patch.
Mark, good morning. How are you?
Choked up. I'm trying to keep him getting choked up by that methane fume. It's killing me.
Well, I mean, Ben Ray, wait until you hear this. You know what the crazy part about Ben Ray's whole rant about the methane is that Lee County and Eddy County and Chaves County have less cancer than the northern end of the state. True story.
Yes.
Well, the wind blows up that way. It's blowing all up on this.
Okay.
It is. That's what it is.
Well, let's keep that going.
All this crap going on in the colleges,
Right.
You guys are here all the way around on it, but I think what for all these kids get involved in it, it's the cool thing to do. It's the in thing now, and they're just going with the flow. That's what it's all about.
Well,
they're just be part of the group, part of the gang.
You're hitting on something there for sure, because that is the age group that just wants to get along and they want to have a cause. You know, if you remember back when you
they want to be seen.
Yes, you remember back when you were that age, and that's what happens at that age because your brain's not fully developed yet.
I'm going to be honest. If I was trying to pick up girls,
right, and if they were,
I would have showed up.
And if they were into something, then the guys are
You
too.
were too.
Yeah.
When I was that age, I've been getting in trouble and being ornery and working my butt off just to have a few dollars to put gas in my car.
Right.
There you go. Thank you, brother. Take it easy. New Mexico State Police settled a lawsuit after officer pled guilty to rape. New Mexico State Police paying out hundreds of thousands of dollars to a woman who was raped by a former officer when she was in high school.
My goodness.
And he was her soccer coach. A trusted figure in the community abused his power and this young girl. The effects of sexual assault on this teenager and really on anybody, of course, is lifetime, according to her attorney. According to the lawsuit, 2018, New Mexico State police officer and Grants High School girls soccer coach, Adrian Molina, was trying to get close to one of the players and texted her regularly and became very private in nature, the discussions. Molina told the girl to meet him at the school at the parking lot, gave her homemade wine, sexually assaulted her. Police say that he later told her she owed him one to keep her secret. Bigger question, why are you suing the state police and not suing the school district?
Well, she's hoping she'll get
I get
state
it.
money.
He was a police officer. Yeah. But it happened as part of his job with the, as a coach.
Well, but she's hoping the state will settle and get more money from the state.
And they did, yeah. Okay. State police is paying her $400,000, and I'm sure there is a pending lawsuit where she is suing Grants School District. I'm sure. Man repeatedly punched by Mike Tyson on a JetBlue flight about 2 years ago is now suing Mike Tyson.
Okay.
The guy, I'm going to be honest. The guy had no common sense because I'm going to tell you, I'm seeing Mike Tyson. I'm going, I ain't messing with this dude.
Right.
I am not messing with this dude. Well, this guy just kept antagonizing Mike Tyson until Mike just kept hitting him. So
like
now
Jake
the guy
Paul's
wants
doing.
some money. Well, and Mike Tyson, got a big fight coming up. He knows there's a payday.
Right.
So that's why he's.
Did you see the new rules that got released yesterday?
What happened?
14-ounce gloves, no headgear.
Oh, they took the headgear off?
Yep. 2-minute rounds.
I'm
hoping. Gonna make it past the first round.
Man, if they take off the limits off of Tyson,
I don't think anybody's going to get knocked out. I don't think first round. I don't think there'll be a first round knockout.
I think it'll be a second round knockout.
I'm hoping.
It's pain.
Cahoon Park. Remember the double murder, the 2022. One of the four suspects in that deadly shooting that claimed the lives of those two teenage boys in 2022 got underway this week. On Tuesday, prosecution and the defense presented their opening arguments to the jurors, and Javen Montoya, 17 years old, is expected. They expect this to be a 2-week trial. Some of the charges that he has had: first-degree murder charge and the shooting death of the 15 and the 16-year-old, and he's also charged in the same case 1 count of armed robbery, conspiracy to commit armed robbery, tampering with evidence, and unlawful carrying of a handgun by a person under the age of 19. Well, it looks like Caleb Williams signing his contract, $39.5 million guarantee.
Wow, really?
This guy is going to be the next Jamarcus Russell.
He's going to be the biggest bust, I was about to say.
That's what I'm saying. He'll be the next Jamarcus Russell. All right, let's dive into the plume in southeast New Mexico. Tom, go to the text first before we get to the plume from Ben Ray.
All right, so this text is saying, I'm white and have privilege. I have the privilege of getting up and taking my butt to work every day and not sitting at home living off everybody else's taxes.
Amen.
Says
everyone has that privilege.
Yep. And the bigger Tyson, the longer Tyson takes a fight, says this text, the more money he'll make. Now, there's too much incentive for Tyson to stay all around for 12 rounds.
They lowered it to eight 2-minute rounds.
Oh, did they?
Yep.
That plays in Tyson's behalf.
It does because, longer rounds, being older would hurt him.
Tom, do you think your stamina is as good as it was 10 years ago?
No.
Well, he's right.
I don't think your stamina was great 10 years ago either.
Because I weighed 200 less pounds than I weigh today.
You weighed 200 less pounds?
Yep.
So you weighed 87 pounds?
So I weighed like 187.
You did not weigh 187. You're smoking crap.
I lost 200.
Not even crack. You're smoking crack, I said. You did not weigh 10 years ago. You weighed 187
10 years ago
pounds.
Was 2014?
Yes,
you
got
never
the math
weighed
right. Yes. Yes.
I'd gone back to Texas. Remember, I left.
Tom, you
And
did
then I
not
came
weigh
back.
187 pounds.
Well, in Big Spring, they told me, my God, you look like you've lost 187 pounds.
Tom, I don't give a damn about looks. You did not weigh 187 pounds.
I did.
Tom, I've been knowing you 20 years, and you've never weighed 187 pounds.
Well, when I was in Roswell, I lost all that weight, remember?
Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
So
You and Joe Biden.
I want to read this one text real quick. Big John says, Blake, at that age, I was busy defending this country against idiots like them.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
And, that brings up a point because a lot of these idiots, and I'm going to use that word because it's a perfect word for these people, they compare themselves to the protesters during the Vietnam War, right? Because now they're being taught by people who were protesters during the Vietnam War. There's a couple of major differences between these terrorist actions. That's what they are. They're not protests. And what protesters were actually doing in the Vietnam War. In the Vietnam War, the protesters generally wanted to stop the war, right? They preached make love, not war. That's what they did. That's not what these people are doing.
No.
These people are protesting, wanting more war, wanting the elimination of a country and the people of that country.
Well, and look, here's the truth of the matter. If Hamas wanted a peace deal, there would be a peace deal.
Yes.
They went to Hamas. Israel offered them a peace deal. Hamas turned down the peace deal because they don't want peace.
Right. Well, and when
they do not want peace.
When they're chanting things like from the river to the sea, that is a genocidal chant.
It is.
Yeah. So
it is.
By the way, who's going to do the cleanup after this UCLA?
Are you seeing those?
Oh my God. What the hell? Rob Reiner saying that he will set himself on fire if Donald Trump becomes president.
Good.
I'm just going to say that's a lot of lard to burn.
All these far left entertainers always say they're going to do something if something happens.
And they never do. You're going to disappoint me again, Rob. Yeah. Georgia Governor Kemp signs a law requiring jails to check immigration status on all inmates. Do you know we have jails in southeast New Mexico that do not check status? Because it is it is frowned upon because they don't want to be called racist. They don't want to be called racist. But we should check status on people.
Sure.
We should check status, just like we check to see if they have any priors. We should check prior. We should check, ICE is looking for this guy? Oh, maybe I should turn them in. That should be a requirement by law.
Yes.
So,
Agreed.
Guess what? In Georgia, it is. Can we get a state legislator, to carry the water for a bill like this in New Mexico? I wish we could. I wish. New Mexico EPA rule puts us in a bad spot and risks energy shortages. Get ready for more energy shortages. The Environmental Protection Agency, EPA, power plant rule was finalized last week, and it is bad news for New Mexico and for America's energy supply. Under the new rule, all coal power plants to stay open beyond 2039, and any natural gas plants would have to cut or capture 90% of carbon dioxide emissions by 2032. Plants that expect to retire by 2039 face less stringent standards for capturing emissions. Carbon capture and CCS is the idea that they're going to be able to capture the CO2s. Bottom line is, we're going to have some shortfalls coming. And do you know last year we used the most natural gas in the history of America?
Wow.
I have that story in my stack somewhere. I'll get to the rest of the story. We used the most natural gas in the history of America last year.
Wow.
And they want to kill the industry.
Wow.
Nuts. Republicans accuse the Bidens of putting more pressure on Israel than Hamas.
They are.
And the reason being is that this has become a political football. Joe Biden is putting more pressure on Israel these days than Hamas.
Because of what's
according
going on
to
at the
Tom Cotton, Republican from Arkansas.
He's correct.
Cotton said it wasn't surprising, citing that there were anti-Semitism elements in the Democratic Party. And it's festering. He said it's been festering and growing for years under the Biden watch.
Elements. It shouldn't be hard for Democrats to stand against this. Look at Fetterman. He comes out and he says, no. But you have all the Democrat leadership, and you and I talked about this earlier, Kevin. You have Chuck Schumer. Where has he been? You have Joe Biden. Where has he been? Well, I heard this yesterday, and it makes a lot of sense. And that is, these people bow down to the extremists in their party, also known as the Squad, which, you know, that's Ian Omar and all of her ilk. And now, basically, with their silence, they are part of the Squad now because they've lost regular Americans.
And I think Americans have woke up. And on the flip side, these kids protesting, they don't like Joe Biden either because he's not extreme enough for them.
Right.
So he has lost both sides. And Chuck Schumer is the highest ranking Jewish
and
individual
silent
politician. Yeah, he hasn't said anything. Where's Joe Biden talking about these protests?
Silence.
Nothing. Crickets.
You know, I heard what we heard from was some guy we don't even know as his press person releasing some statement.
Yeah. And of course, Carrie Jean-Pierre also talking about it a little bit.
Well, she talks around it.
Yeah, no doubt. All right, let's talk about the plume again. The plume of methane gas. Little Ben Ray Luan, here's what he had to say about southeast New Mexico.
In the rapidly growing Permian Basin in southeastern New Mexico, methane emissions are an urgent problem. As a matter of fact, if you look at satellite imagery of the United States, there's a big methane plume over New Mexico, arguably two, but they aren't anywhere else. New Mexico is not the top producer in the country, but we have the worst methane plumes. What's going on? So when I sit with these executives and ask them about their commitment to reduce emissions in New Mexico, everyone says they'll do it, but nothing happens. The methane plume gets worse and worse and worse. People are getting sick. What about the health constraints that people that live in proximity to these areas that they can't see the gas, but they're breathing this stuff in? What about them? I need to be careful with the words I'm using, Mr. Chairman, because there's a lot of emotion in what I am trying to share here, Mr. Raskin. One of us, any of us across America, ask someone else a question, especially dealing with the health impacts to our constituents, and they lie to us? What are we supposed to do?
Number one, fat boy, New Mexico is not the leader in oil and gas.
Nope.
We're number two.
Yep.
We're number two. We're the number two producer. You should know about that, but in the state that you represent, we're number two. Yes. And as far as people getting sick, where are these people getting sick? Because New Mexico as a whole, when you look at all 33 counties, the oil-producing counties rank very low in cancer.
Mm-hmm. I'm looking for this map that he's talking about that shows the methane plumes. I can't find it.
Well, it's 2 methane plumes.
Yeah, well,
I mean, 1 is not enough, but 2 methane plumes. Anybody in the oil and gas industry know where this map is?
well,
Please let us know.
I see it says a New Mexico hotspot, but that's way up in the northwest corner and in the southwest corner of Colorado. So that's the other producing states.
Well,
and
but we're going to blame southeast New Mexico and the Permian Basin.
Well, and if you look at this map, now it's pixelated, so it's all squares. It's not just an actual plume. There's a big one out in California. Hey, look at that.
A non-oil and gas producer.
And there are quite a few in West Texas with, of course, going into southeast New Mexico, but bordering on West Texas is more than what's in southeast New Mexico.
Huh.
And there's some going up into Kansas, a few in Oklahoma, some up in Wyoming, and get
but
this,
where are these people that are dying?
Ohio.
Where are these people that are dying?
They're not. Ohio has a large area on the west side of the state. But
Ben Ray Lujan does not represent New Mexico. But at least he doesn't represent southeast New Mexico, that's for sure. All right, one more cut before we take our break. Representative Melanie Stansbury talking about clean energy.
I rise today in strong but respectful opposition to H.R. 2925, the Mining Regulatory Clarity Act, as it has been named here. The 5th bill this week brought to you by our friends across the aisle, the GOP, who unfortunately this week seem to stand for guns, oil, and pollution. My home state of New Mexico has a wealth of minerals, many of which are critical to the clean energy transition, and we have also a very long history of mining. Mining, of course, has created thousands of jobs, supported economies across the Southwest and the country, and of course is an important part of our economies and communities, but it has also left a toxic legacy of pollution in its wake. As we move to the clean energy future, we cannot repeat the short-sightedness and injustices of the past.
New Mexico, your representatives. Makes you feel tingly inside, doesn't it? Makes you feel good. By the way, there's 2 agitators standing up on a wall giving the police the finger. I am hoping they hit them with the rubber bullets.
Oh, please.
I mean, please do not wait. They're agitating the police officer. Hit them with the rubber bullets.
Or, just throw some wrenches at them.
Something. Turn the cameras away and hit them with it.
Isn't that like, what was the game you played? King of the Hill. Remember back in the day when somebody would stand up top and you tried to take them off the top of the hill? That's what they need to do there.
I think that would be awesome. All right, check of the weather this morning being brought to you by Made Trailer Sales. Don't go camping without Made Trailer Sales. MadeTrailerSalesInc.com. 70-plus years in the business. Travel trailers, toy haulers, they've got them all. Go take the virtual tour at MadeTrailerSalesInc.com or call David or one of the guys at 575-622-1751. Great customer service, fair pricing, and just good people. MadeTrailerSalesInc.com. 88 and sunny today, increasing clouds tonight, 57. 89 and sunny tomorrow, maybe some rain on Saturday in the afternoon. 5-day forecast, go to W105radio.com. Tom?
All right, this text is saying, they're probably using a satellite image on a dusty 50-mile-per-hour wind day for propaganda, says the texter. And how does the plume exist when Santa Fe sucks everything out of southeast New Mexico? Right? That's true.
Thank you. That's awesome.
True. That's Digger, by the way.
Yeah.
And, you can find that map in Ben's ASS, says the texter.
Well, with that fat boy, it's going to be a big. You're going to have to look. It's a crater.
And I don't think we'll even be a country by 2039. This one texter is saying.
Something is going to give.
It depends. It really does depend on this election. In this election cycle, I know every time we say it's the most important.
This is the most important.
But so far, this is the make or break. You either stave off a collapse or you continue down that road. If you,
I'm gonna beg our listeners.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna beg you. If you're 18 years of age and not registered to vote, if you're over 18 years of age and maybe you have never voted, maybe you don't believe in the system because you think the system is rigged and that your vote doesn't count, I am begging you, go get registered to vote. And those that are registered to vote, please go vote. For the welfare of our grandkids. I'm not going to even say our kids. For the welfare of our grandkids, I'm begging you to vote. If you want your kids and grandkids to have the same life that you had, look, America's not perfect, but we're better than everybody else.
Right.
And look what's going on today. Look what happened 4 years ago. It's the same people with different costumes on. The instability that's going on today, the only difference is we don't have a leader. We don't have a leader. We don't have the Ronald Reagans. We don't have the Donald Trumps. We're stuck with Joe Biden. And he's not going to do anything.
No.
Sorry, he's not.
No.
All right, let's take a break. We're coming back. We're late. 7-Eleven. News this morning being brought to you by our buddies at the Twin Wells Fuel Station. Get in there. By the way, they apologize. They had some downtime because their card reader was pretty much toasted. They have upgraded that system. We've got really harsh weather that wreaks havoc on electronics out in the field. And so they've upgraded their system, and they apologize for any inconvenience. Come out and look, they're open 24/7. They offer unleaded diesel DEF values and accept WEX cards, major credit cards, and debit cards. Be safe on the road from our buddies at the Twin Wells Fuel Station, right off of 128 on Buck Jackson Road. Already 7:12, qualifying you for cash. News coming up next. KWMW, Malchamore, 105.1 FM.
Call now.
Thank you for calling.
Lazy Lantern Tattoo and Hobbs presents the Cash Blowout Contest on W105. Contest on W105.
Call now. Call now.
News brought to you by Stone Oilfield Services in Lovington. Getting the job done right every time since 2004.
Proudly serving most phases of the oil field process, Stone Oilfield Services has a fleet of over 60 trucks and a workforce of over 100 employees. From water transport to kill and vac truck operations, flowback services and pit filling to the clean out of rigs and tanks, as well as oiling and acidizing, Stone Oilfield believes in getting the job done right every time. Their central motto, do what you say you can do. Call them today at 575-396-1840. That's 396-1840.
MTD Radio News, I'm Joe Miller. A more than $40 million fine against an oil and gas operator for air pollution in New Mexico cut in half via settlements between the company and New Mexico officials. New Mexico Environment Department and Energy, Minerals, and Natural Resources Department announcing a combined fine of $42 million against Ameridev Operating in July last year, citing violations of state air pollution rules at the operator's facilities throughout southeast New Mexico. The NMED portion of the fine was about $40 million, while ENMRD issued a $2.4 million fine. Smokey Beer Days returns to Capitan to celebrate Smokey's 80th birthday. Occasion is only celebrated every 5 years. Smokey Beer Days starts Friday. Entry for Smokey Beer Days costs $2 for ages 13 and up, $1 for kids from 7 to 12 years old. Children 6 and under are free. The event takes place throughout the Smokey Bear Boulevard and the Smokey Bear Historical Park. Vendors, food, and small local shops setting up along Smokey Bear Boulevard. There'll be a folk festival held at the outdoor stage of the Smokey Bear Historical Park starting at 10:30 a.m. until 4 in the afternoon. A bike rodeo is scheduled at Smokey Bear Boulevard, 11:30 a.m. to 1 p.m. And from 1 to 4, there will be a rock painting in the Community Park Pavilion. Have a great time at the event. As the temps rise, so do the water levels throughout New Mexico. Runoff from the mountains not only raises the water level, it can also make the water faster, deeper, and colder. Just this past weekend, a 74-year-old woman reportedly drowned in the Pecos River. Shirley Lee Sullivan washing her hands when she slipped into the river Sunday. Her husband says they were visiting friends in Hidden Valley. Local fire departments want New Mexicans to explore and check out rivers across the state, but they want to make sure residents are prepared before they go out. And that's what's happening. I'm Joe Miller, MTD Radio News.
National Furniture Liquidators Power Buy. Exceptional value and quality at the best price. 5-piece queen bedroom and exceptional buy at just $4.98. Sectional with storage space and pull-out bed just $5.99. 7-piece dining room unheard of at just $2.97. Ashley brand reclining sofa or love seat just $4.86 each piece. Power buys throughout the entire store plus great financing options regardless of your credit. National Furniture Liquidators when it comes to value, quality, and selection.
Nobody be short. Locked Service Company of Hobbs is hiring CDL drivers with hazmat endorsements and at least 1 year experience. Oilfield experience is a plus but is not required. You will have most weekends off and never work on Sunday again. Locked does offer PTO, vacation, and safety days to qualified employees. Stop by 3521 Industrial Drive in Hobbs today to submit an application, or for more info, contact Michael at 575-370-4604. Lacked Service Company, serving the oil and gas industry since 1969.
There's hot buys and big values this week at Bob's Ridgeway, like chicken drumsticks, 39 cents a pound. Boston butt, pork shoulder, $1.49 a pound. Choice boneless beef steak, $4.99 a pound. Get jalapeno peppers and Roma tomatoes, just 99 cents a pound. And Hass avocados, 7-count bag, just $2.99. Get your banquet dinners for just $1. And remember to watch Jerry Seinfeld's Netflix special, Unfrosted. It's about Pop-Tarts. It's on May the 3rd, and to celebrate that, pick up 2 of the big 8-count boxes for just $5. And those are just a few of the big value savings and the hot buys you got this week at Bob's Ridgeway, 906 West Avenue D in Lovington, where they still carry your groceries out, and your grocery dollar always goes farther.
Incidents of illegal dumping of household, commercial, and industrial waste are on the rise across southeastern New Mexico. Illegal dumps affect public health, safety, and the environment. Folks in both Lee and Eddy counties can call now and report illegal dumping to a hotline sponsored by the Southeast New Mexico Illegal Dumping Partnership and hosted by Lee County. The hotline number is 1-844-496-5509. Again, that's 1-844-496-5509. Report illegal dumping and be a part of the solution.
You're invited June 15th in downtown Artesia, New Mexico to celebrate the 100th anniversary of the Permian Basin's oil and gas industry, marked by the success of Illinois No. 3 well in 1924. Enjoy a day filled with a patriotic equipment parade, food trucks, water slides, live music, an oil field cook-off, snow cones, oil field Olympics, and more. For more information, visit artesiachamber.com or call 575-746-2744. Paid for by Artesia Lodgers Tax.
Come out Friday, May 3rd and Saturday, May 4th as the Smokey Bears Hometown Association, Smokey Bear Historical Park, and the Village of Capitan celebrate Smokey Bear's 80th birthday. Smokey Bear Days is a 2-day fun-filled event celebrating Capitan's bear that changed history. This event will have food trucks, vendors, a Rudy Wendland art exhibit, educational events, a climbing wall, drama class play, folk music festival, rock painting, bike rodeo, silent auction, and a parade down Smokey Bear Boulevard. They'll also have a tractor show and kids tractor race, Mescalero Family Time dancers, a cornhole tournament, and a firefighter challenge. Following the parade on May the 4th, there'll be a birthday cake celebration in honor of Smokey Bear. For more information, find them on the web at www.smokeybeardaycapitannm.com or call 575-631-6964. This ad is paid for by the Village of Capitan Lodgers Tax.
I want to wake America up.
Be in the Breakfast Club, broadcasting from the Inn of the Mountain God studio. Text line at 877-396-W105. Powered by Amigo Machinery, your Kubota dealer. Question of the day brought to you by Lovington Auto Supply, your Napa dealer.
I got to keep wearing it, but don't tell them I didn't have it on when I walked in.
877-396-W105. Another day in paradise. I am not batting 100% this morning.
No.
My first cup of tea, too cold. This one, way too hot.
Don't add ice cubes. It will become too cold as well.
Yeah. So, we'll see. 877-396-W105, 7:19, 19 minutes after the hour of 7. Tom A. still answering calls this morning, qualifying people for the cash. We'll give you a chance to qualify. Multiple chances throughout the day. Of course, we'll give the cash away tomorrow with the Ride with Russ. New study revealing hospital toilets are hotbeds for bacteria and fungus, including the dangerous drug-resistant superbugs. Which is truly a surprise, right? I mean, people that are sick. I bet the number one top place would be bathroom gas stations. Toilets. Yes. Definitely avoid those hospital toilets if you can.
Yeah.
Yeah, just for fun, go to the bedpan instead. Yeah. But the nurses love when you use that. Survey finds that employees want employers to help with expenses returning to the office. So if they have not been in the office, they want the employer to help with the expense. What would be the expense of you going back to the office? Travel expense? Commuting?
Yeah, I'm guessing that's what they want, more gas money.
Really?
I don't know.
You want them to pay for the expense? Oh, of course, if you're in New York, maybe bulletproof vest. We'll throw that in. How about that? We'll make it. We'll make it happen.
You know, I would think that the employer is helping pay that expense by, I don't know, giving you a paycheck.
Well,
Right.
and you have been home for 3 years. I think we paid enough.
Yeah, wasn't this only supposed to be 2 weeks to flatten the curve? Isn't that what the original 2 weeks?
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
Yep. Singer-songwriter, guitarist Sammy Hagar got his star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame yesterday. Probably, why hasn't that happened a long time ago?
Yeah, Red Rocker deserves it.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
You know who that is, Tom?
And Dwayne Eddy, who pioneered the electric guitar hero, whose electric sound on instruments, Rebel Rouser and Peter Gunn, and the anyway, he influenced George Harrelson and Bruce Springsteen and countless other musicians. Died yesterday. He was 86. So, great guitar legend.
Yes.
Gone.
Yes.
Sad. Very sad.
Well, you know,
All right,
a lot of those musicians are in that age group now, sadly.
Yeah, they are. Definitely. National anthem and the pledge coming up in just a second. Weekend weather, we do have some rain in the forecast. Check of the weather being brought to you by Roswell Livestock and Farm Supply, 1105 East 2nd in Roswell. Homegrown and proud of it. They've got all your Western wear, work gear, farm and ranch supplies, certified Purina dealer, and more. 1105 East 2nd and Roswell, online at roswelllivestock.com. If you're up in Capitan and you need supplies, they've got them at the Lincoln County Mercantile. Sunny today, up to 88. Overnight low tonight, getting down to 57. 89 tomorrow, and becoming sunny. Chance of rain Saturday afternoon into Saturday night into Sunday morning. Maybe by Sunday afternoon we'll see the sun, but even Sunday night, maybe a chance of rain. Monday, though, looks much better. Much better. Looking very, very good. Check of the weather this morning being brought to you by State Representative Randy Pettigrew. He's on with us yesterday talking about the border crisis and talking about the people that are dying coming across the border in New Mexico. And part of the reason people are coming across the border in New Mexico is Texas and Arizona have tightened everything up. And we're the funnel. where all the people are coming across. And the governor wants to talk about, safety for New Mexicans. Well, maybe that's something she should be talking about. Special session talking about the safety of New Mexicans when we got millions of people crossing the southern border, and now the hotspot has become New Mexico. So Republicans are trying to push to make sure that is on the agenda. We'll see if it is. Randy Pettigrew, running for his third term in office, continues to fight. This governor continues to fight for Southeast New Mexico's way of life, our oil and gas industry. Randy's a member of the oil and gas industry. Has been for a long, long time. Randy Pettigrew needs your vote. If you're in District 61, vote for Randy Pettigrew. If you can give to his campaign, please give. You can find out more information at randallpettigrew.com. Message paid for by Randy Pettigrew. Tom on the text.
Hi, Smokey in Arizona. The oil and gas industry needs to shut down completely for at least 1 year. No drilling, no pumping, nothing. Move over everything to Texas, where they would be appreciated, just to show the dumb ASSs up in Santa Fe how stupid they are and how darn broke they are would be without oil and gas industries. Smokey in Arizona making that statement this morning.
And they can do horizontal drilling, so they could still get there from the Texas side.
Right. And Walker from Roswell, the only mining we need to do in New Mexico is for some tar and some feathers. I mean, I like my protesters looking spiffy, says Walker from Roswell. Hey, how and why is Biden on the back of a $2 bill? This one is asking.
They haven't. They stopped producing the $2 bill. I hadn't heard that they started that back up again. So,
And yeah, people, go out there and vote for Biden, says Lovington Liberal.
You know what, Lovington Liberal? I'm going to agree with you. If you like civil disorder, if you like lawlessness, if you like children to be able to cut off their body parts without any kind of repercussions or input from the parents, if you want a country that's different than the U.S., absolutely. If you want a president who is suffering from dementia, who they are hiding on a regular basis, then 100%. If that's what you want, vote for Biden.
But Lovington Liberal, wake up and smell the orange man, because every major poll out there says that even Democrats don't like what's going on.
No, and if you're serious, like, I understand that for ideological purposes, you're a Democrat, so you're going to support that candidate no matter what. And if
you're backing a brain dead individual,
yes, and what you are backing is groups that want to commit genocide, wipe out entire populations, and want to get rid of Americans.
Well, he likes the idea of open borders.
Well, and that's fine. If you like open borders, how come you live here?
But, I mean, why hasn't he opened his door to people yet? I mean, open your doors. Let people in.
And so,
I mean, don't expect America to do it, you hypocrite.
Right.
Open your doors.
Well, and I want people to vote for people who they want in office. If that's who you want and that's what you want.
Oh, by God, please. I mean, please. All right, take it out trash. We're going to get to that coming up next. Tom, 877-396-W105-728. We'll go back to you in just a second. Taking out trash. Being brought to you by Trash Eaters, trash-eaters.com. Give Kayleen a call this morning, 575-408-1719. Trash Eaters offers to haul all your waste off. 96-gallon polycarts, 2- and 4-yard metal dumpsters. They also have the roll-off containers. And just a word of advice, Trash Eaters, we'll try to keep Tom away from your dumpsters. We will. Yeah, the roll-offs. Yeah. So if you need anything hauled away, they've got you covered. Commercial, residential, waste hauling, they've got you covered. Call Kayleen today, 575-408-1719 or trash-eaters.com. A drunk man was injured and arrested after he tried to kick a bison at the Yellowstone National Park. National Park Service said on Monday the incident happened on the afternoon of April 21st. 40-year-old Clarence Yoder disobeyed the park's warning to keep at least 25 yards away from the large animals, the bison, the elks, the deer.
They can close that distance fast, let me tell you.
So the park rangers sought out Yoder after responding to reports that there was an individual harassing a herd of bison. He actually kicked a bison in the leg. They located the vehicle Yoder was driving near the park's entrance and stopped him at West Yellowstone, Montana. Yoder was arrested and charged being under the influence of alcohol and to the degree that he had endangered himself and others. Also charged him with approaching the wildlife and disturbing the wildlife.
Good.
Yoder's vehicle was being driven by 37-year-old Makina Bass, who was also arrested and charged with driving under the influence and other charges. Yoder sustained minor injuries from his attack of the bison. Rangers transported him to a nearby medical facility, and he was treated and released into the custody of the Gatlin County Detention Center.
Mm.
This guy was so hammered he kicked a bison. Sounds like somebody is overindulging in the Buffalo Trace.
He deserved what he got.
Of course, this moron was injured, and nothing compares to the damage he done to his liver, though, for sure.
He's probably going to try and sue the bison.
Oh, I'm sure. Wait for Yellowstone to get sued. Unbelievable. Take it out the trash. Being brought to you by Trash Eaters. 7:31, Donald Trump spoke yesterday about tax cuts.
He did.
He actually brought a woman up on stage. I'm going to get to all of that coming up in just a second. Tom, if you had to guess, what are the best cities to garden naked?
Best cities to garden
naked. Yeah, naked gardening.
Oh, Florida, California.
Okay. Well, that's not a city.
Those are
it's
states.
Not a city. That's a
city.
state.
Okay, I would say Miami, Los Angeles.
Miami's number one. Holy crap, Tom scores.
Honolulu.
Philadelphia came in at number 2.
How?
New York City at number 3. Austin, Texas at number 4.
Have they not been there in the early spring? Wow. What about
Albuquerque
Honolulu?
came in at number 8 for naked gardening.
How about any of us here in New Mexico? Any
How is Honolulu
I just
not
said
on that list?
Albuquerque, which
I'm
is part
sorry.
of New Mexico.
What was that, Blake?
How is Honolulu not in the top 5?
Right.
They're not.
How?
Wow. But Albuquerque's number 8. And they are a city, Tom. Yes.
Sometimes
I'm just going to be honest. I can't believe when I read a list and I say Albuquerque is actually number 8, and your response is any cities in New Mexico make the list.
Well, there was crosstalk when you said that, but I did get Miami right though, didn't I? Hello.
Wow.
After you
So
listed two states.
any cities from New Mexico?
I would
Albuquerque.
I'm guessing we have one at number 8.
Yeah.
I would have picked Roswell because they're really artsy-fartsy over there.
What does that have to do with gardening?
Well, you
Wait, Roswell is artsy-fartsy?
Yeah.
Are you crapping me?
I lived there for 6 years. I know.
What are you smoking?
What's so artsy about Roswell?
If you had to name, Kevin, if you had to name, let's say 2. let's just pick 2
from New Mexico.
2 New Mexico cities or towns that you would consider to be artsy. What would be the 2 that come to mind immediately?
Taos.
Thank you.
and
Roswell.
probably Santa Fe.
Santa Fe, right. Santa Fe always makes the list of small art towns.
Yeah. Worst cities to naked garden. Anchorage, Alaska.
Of course. Chicago.
Yeah, I mean, when the boys are out and you're trying to naked garden and you got to squat down, ain't nothing like freezing the boys to the icy ground. Yeah, it just doesn't work. Sparks, Nevada came in at number 2 as the worst. Duluth, Minnesota, same thing. Yeah. And so congratulations to Albuquerque, number 8 for naked gardening.
I would think Phoenix would not be a pleasant place to
No,
garden.
No, it would not. No injuries reported in a train derailment in West Texas, Ward County. Captain Rodolfo Azuna reporting from Ward County saying they got a call about a train derailment, Pyote, Texas. So that's pretty much this developing story. That's pretty much all we have. J.D. Vance probes the DOJ for favoring foreigners over Americans for job discrimination cases. So J.D. Vance from Ohio leading the probe into President Biden's Department of Justice for what he alleges is favoritism of foreign workers over American citizens for employment, saying this is nothing more than discrimination of citizens. In a letter to the DOJ, Vance and Mike Lee of Utah and Tommy Tuberville of Alabama suggest the department has become increasingly laser focused on employment discrimination when it comes to giving foreign workers jobs that should be going to American citizens. Meanwhile, cases where Americans are allegedly victims of employment discrimination, and the DOJ does nothing about it. Well, I mean, I'm going to be honest. You're treating foreigners better, and so why would I expect that not to happen? I expect it.
Yeah.
Texas lawmakers release a report following the investigation into the Panhandle wildfires. Texas lawmakers released that report after last month's investigation into the Panhandle wildfires. Committee, which included Lubbock Representative Dustin Burrows and Panhandle Representative Ken King, concluded 4 of the 5 fires sparked by broken power poles are down lines.
Wow.
Based on testimony from that hearing, the committee estimates the total economic loss will exceed over $1 billion. Wow. By the way, that total report is up on KCBD if you're interested in checking that out. And Farmington police make prostitution arrest. Another massage parlor is taken down. Woman taken into custody, prostitution stories, and after police searched the massage parlor. Evidently, they took it down and she was already down. Farmington Police Department got search warrants after investigation of sexual acts at the business. However, the court documents show the business located East Main and Farmington. 52-year-old Fu Shu Wingping, 2 felony charges of prostitution. They were advertising on WeChat.
I guess that's a new one, huh?
Yeah, I've never heard of that social media account. Maybe we ought to check into that. WeChat.
Yeah, that's
Sure.
probably
maybe we can ban that too.
Well,
since we're on them.
Yeah, it won't be long. You'll be hearing about it.
Looks like a alleged serial copper thief arrested in Quay County. Brian Robinson.
Oh, good.
Arrested, and he's the main suspect in a string of copper thefts. By the way, stealing over $100,000 worth of copper from local businesses.
And he got like $50 for it.
Yeah, that's the sad. And it costs about $200,000 to replace.
Right.
That's the bad part. But he has been arrested, and it looks like he's going to stay in jail for a while. Tom on the text, things that happened on this date in history on the way, and we're going to dive into Donald Trump, He was on the road yesterday, in court in the morning and the afternoon. I got to get out. I got events to go to. We'll get to that up next.
All right. I remember Tom coming to the gym there in Roswell and sitting at the smoothie counter for 40 minutes and then leaving. If he lost weight, look behind you and you'll find it. Look, I had a Lizzie there whose husband is Alton. They had a 360 program.
Wait. What? Say what?
You remember this specific instance that this guy's talking about?
Yeah. No, I would go to the counter.
No. But whose husband?
Lizzie Alton. Lizzie, who's her husband is Alton. Anyway.
Her name is not Lizzie.
What is it?
I'm not going to tell you. I mean, you're going to get it wrong anyway, so who cares?
It was Lizzie B.
Keep going with this story. I got to
Anyway,
hear this.
she said, Tom, I want you to try this 360 program out. Because I would go in and I wouldn't do
Sitting
nothing
at the counter.
Yeah.
3 hours and 60 minutes.
And then she said, look, don't waste your time and don't waste mine if you're not going to get serious. So I got in there first day. I was killing it.
So he sat at the counter for 3 hours and 60 minutes.
So I went there the day one. It killed me. I didn't want to come back. I thought I gotta
Sitting at the
back.
counter killed you?
Oh, doing the 360 program.
What is that?
Which is 20 minutes of cardio, 20 minutes of weights, and 20 minutes of something else. Anyway, I did it the first day. I didn't want to come back, but I did it the second day.
Man, you can turn one text into like 3 hours.
Well, what I'm saying is
60 minutes.
Well, I'm trying to help you out, brother.
You're not helping me out, bro.
So anyway, for the next 2 years until I came to Reynosa, I lost 187 pounds.
You did not lose 187 pounds
on that program.
By sitting at the smoothie counter?
You did not lose 187 pounds.
So I went
and first of all, earlier this morning, you said you weighed 187 pounds.
Right, when I went back to Texas.
Wait. You did that by sitting at the smoothie counter?
Afterwards, I'd get a smoothie after my workout, yeah.
Oh, okay.
So I went to Ruidoso and lost another 40 pounds, and then COVID hit, and then I regained it.
Oh, my God. If my machine was working better, I would have some music to play.
That's what I'm saying, though.
I need some buttons here. I need to load up buttons. Sound effects.
I would. And all I have to say, Tom, is this.
What?
I told you 3 times already today.
Why are you so tough on people?
Well, I don't know if that's fair, that I'm really tough on people. We create a standard for how we want to do things. And everybody's got to buy into that standard, or you really can't have any team chemistry. You know, mediocre people don't like high achievers, and high achievers don't like mediocre people.
Amen. Amen. Thank you, Nick Saban.
He's a joke. He couldn't make it in the NFL, so he had to go to the college ball.
He's the most winning coach in college football.
Yeah.
He's such a joke. But in the meantime, you're like Deion Sanders. That program is imploding. Have you seen what's on Twitter with his boys talking about some of these kids that have left the program?
But you know why?
There's 3 people on that team Deion Sanders cares for. 2 of them have his last name.
Deion and Deion.
But you know why people get on him? He's like, because he wins.
Win.
Wins what?
Let's bring it to the Cowboys. When
that he wasn't a coach.
No,
he was a player.
Let
When
me
does he win, Tom?
When
you can't count Deion's playing days in his wins.
I'm talking about successful people. When Jimmy Johnson and Jerry Jones took over the Cowboys, they were 1-15 in their first year. That was with Troy Aikman. 2 years later, they win the Super Bowl.
All right, turn his damn mic off. I'm done.
I'm
done.
Point.
This dude will come up with stories, and it'll be like 15 minutes, and done. Punches thrown, bench clears, melee, the Brewers and the Raiders. Don't let him tell the story about it. Anyway, it looks like Major League Baseball handing down fines. Escaped inmate arrested near Odessa Regional Medical Center. So he escaped, and they have arrested him. He's back in custody. Ector County Sheriff's Office says while the deputy was attempting to handcuff the inmate, he escaped. They were able to catch him. At least 9 dead, dozens treated in Texas after unusual. I did that story yesterday. What the heck? Tom's got me flustered. New York versus Trump. resumed. Donald Trump, gag order, $9,000 paid. I don't know if you caught him yesterday, but he actually, that didn't bother him. He continued on.
Oh, he delivered
yesterday.
He delivered a great speech in Wisconsin.
Yeah, yesterday he was in Minnesota, and here's what he had to say from Minnesota. And Tom, you want to tell us what he said, Tom? I mean, we got like an hour here.
Is that Minnesota or Milwaukee? Which one is it? Because he did two different ones.
Well, they're going to
talk Milwaukee. Here's the first one in Minnesota.
Well, what's happening is terrible. On top of all that, Biden has just declared that if he gets 4 more years, he will drench the middle class in the largest tax increases in the history of our country, vowing repeatedly that he will ensure that the Trump tax cuts, the biggest tax cuts in history, and he says, oh, it's for the rich, not for the rich. It's for companies that employ people, and it's for the middle class. And the people that benefited the most are lower income people. They're the biggest benefit, and he wants them to expire. He'll never be able to replace them. It'll mean that you had the biggest tax increase in the history of our country. So I don't think we're going to let it happen.
By the way, the Biden tax increase will be the largest tax increase. So you take away the Trump, the decrease in taxes under Trump, and then you add this new tax that Biden is planning, it will be the single largest tax increase for the American public in the history of America.
That's correct.
Yeah, unbelievable. Trump talks about Biden. Everything he touches turns to caca la caca.
Think of this. Just think of this. Joe Biden failed on the border. He failed on inflation. He failed on gas prices. He failed on every single thing, including Afghanistan, the most vicious, embarrassing day or period in the life of this country, Afghanistan. Remember that disaster? The most embarrassing day. He failed on every single thing he touches. Every single thing he touches turns out to be no good. He's no good on policy. He's no good on military. He's no good on finance. Our country is crashing.
And then yesterday he brought up a lady who runs a vegan restaurant.
Yeah, that was in Wisconsin.
And what did he call it, Blake?
He called it vegan. That was at his stop in Milwaukee.
I mean, he said, I've never tried it. I probably won't like it, but I'll try it.
Yeah, and he brought her up, and she talked about Trump, and the one thing he said, and I hope I'm not stepping on your soundbite here. The one thing he said after that was, sometimes when the Secret Service don't like it when I do this because they don't know what's going on. And I never know what these people are going to say. She could have got up here and said, vote for Biden. I don't know. I'm just bringing her up here because she has this restaurant.
Yeah, here's what she did say.
It is very important that we change what is going on now. None of us can continue to go with the Biden administration. We definitely need to make this House party over. We need Trump in 2024, so make sure you vote for 2024.
So he's 100% right. He doesn't know what this lady's going to say, but I mean, she came up and did an awesome job.
He brought her up right after he had talked to a guy who was dressed like Uncle Sam.
Oh, okay.
And so he signed something for him, but I forget what it was. But right after that lady, there was some protester guy or something that yelled out something, right? And of course, as soon as this guy started yelling whatever it was a single person, one person, they started shouting USA to overpower him. But there was some guy in the front row who ran back there to stop the guy and then came back to the front row. And Trump, and Trump talked about him. He called him Front Row Joe, and he was happy, and he said that he would serve with that guy in a foxhole any day.
Well, and then when Donald Trump went to leave, I don't know if you saw the video, he went to every police officer and shook their hand. And a lot of people have called him a blue-collar billionaire because it doesn't matter who you are. And I've seen him do this before. And they say the beauty of this, he does it no matter if the cameras are on or not.
Right.
He talks to people. He's genuine. I've seen him talk to like a doorman at one of his hotels.
Mm-hmm. And he did it way before he was president. I mean,
yeah. And so he asked a doorman. I remember he asked a doorman about his kids, and then took out his wallet and he goes, please give this to the kids for Christmas. I mean, unbelievable. So we're going to Vegas when I come back to the U.S. We're going to fly into Vegas, and I'm going to stay at Trump Towers. And the reason I'm staying at Trump Towers is because Donald Trump has been hit financially. So I know it's not a bunch to stay at Trump Towers. I'm going to spend $600-800 there, but every little bit counts. And so I could stay somewhere else, but I'll stay at Trump Towers. Center for Disease Control and Prevention warning on Tuesday the E. coli outbreak is linked to organic nuts sold in bulk, and so far have affected 12 people in California and Washington. Now, these nuts are being sold in New Mexico. We are one of the states that they are being sold in, and it's Gibson's Farms, Inc. That's the name of the product. So if you got Gibson Farms, Inc., make sure and bring those back to the store. Pennsylvania man received $34 billion tax bill from the IRS. Barry Taggart. $34 billion tax bill. Wow. Saying that his taxes were overdue.
Did he send him back a picture of his middle finger?
Anyway, the IRS said they're looking into it. They're going to figure it out. Yeah. University of Tehran professor citing that protesters in the United States will back Iran. Oh, that's undisputable.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're part of the squad.
Yeah, they'll probably back. Yeah. They'll probably back Iran over America.
They are calling for the destruction of America. They want the country and the universities to burn. What makes you think they wouldn't back Iran? Just like Lovington
I believe
Liberal.
That 100%.
Lovington Liberal would back Iran.
Yeah, he probably would back Iran. He likes Iran. He really does. Yep. 7:51, 9 minutes away from 8 o'clock. National anthem and the pledge on the way. Student got very, very mad at UCLA. Talking to a Gay for Palestine supporter. Here's what they had to say.
You go to Palestine and see how they treat you there. They're not like gay people. If they'll throw you off the bridge. People who hate you, who would burn you to death and use you as an example. Go ahead, touch me with that flag. I will rip it out of your hand. I'm not scared.
I am not scared out of you. Hit me with that flag, and I will beat you with it.
Mm-hmm.
See, this is the problem. Most people just get along to get along. Well, wait, what's that saying, Tom? Get along to get on.
Go along to get along.
Yeah, go along.
There you go. And that's the problem. That's the problem. We all need to be a little fiery. You're not going to let me get to my class? Oh, hell no. And that's exactly what she said. You're going to let me in this door? And if you hit me with that flagpole, I'm going to take it away from you and beat the crap out of you.
Good for her.
Yeah, God bless you. God bless you. All right, things that happened on this date in history coming up next. Your chance to qualify for cash on the way. Morning show being brought to you by North Star Laundry, one-stop shop for all your laundry needs. They have facilities in Carlsbad and in Loving. 2 facilities in Carlsbad, 1 in Loving. They can wash, dry, and fold your clothes, start your clothes up, dry clean your clothes, keep you looking good. You want to take care of all that yourself? Look, they're open 7 days a week. They have coin-operated washers and dryers. North Star Laundry, find them 609 West Lee Street, Carlsbad, 604 West Church Street, Carlsbad, and 406 West Cedar and Loving. Tom, wrap it up. We're going to do things that happened on this date in history up next.
Oh, and, the hate gay people speech was used in 2020 election against Trump. This text is saying it's a rerun.
What? Hate? What? That happened yesterday.
The hate gay. Well, this is what this guy is saying. was used in 2020 election against Trump. It's a rerun.
No.
That's what they said anyway. Foxhole Don with multiple deferments, says another texter. That's 432 liberal, by the way. And Jeff from the Patch is saying, B, what dates are you going to be in Las Vegas?
28th, 29th, 30th, and through the 2nd, I do believe.
Okay.
And I'll do the show from the Trump Towers.
Oh, cool. Now I'm going to be there for Father's Day weekend.
Oh, no, I don't want to be there when you're there.
No.
Are you
You're
really?
going to expect me to pay for everything.
Yeah. Well, my little girl called me. She's stationed there in Vegas. She called me last night around 12 o'clock.
Yeah, I don't want to be there when you're there.
Well, she was upset because they found her kitty.
Yeah, keep going. We're late.
Oh,
No, we got to get to the national. Seriously, it's 7:54. We got to get.
So they found her kitty.
No. We'll come back to that.
Oh, you want to come back to that?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Well, you told me to talk a bunch today.
No.
Wait,
Read the text.
Wait. First she got a boyfriend, and then she got a kitty now?
No, we'll come back to it, B. We got to get through all this.
All right, Tom, did you just seriously call Nick Saban a loser? This text is saying. You wouldn't make a zit on his ASS. Really. I swear, man, sometimes you just sound like a Lovington liberal. What an idiot. Look, he won at LSU, the national championship, went down to Miami and lost 3 straight years. They never make the playoffs.
Tom,
read the text.
Yeah.
Read the text. We got to move along.
And, Tom, you know very little about football. That's Nick. I know a bunch about football, Nick. What do you know?
Read along. Keep going.
And another texter says, Tom's last name is Biden. You can't keep his lies straight, says the texter. B.
All right, things that happened on this date in history being brought to you by 2A Tactical Firearms Indoor Firing Range. Check them out, 236 East Navajo in Hobbs, veteran-owned and operated, large selection of firearms. They actually have one of the largest selections in southeast New Mexico. Veteran-owned and operated by our buddy Dwayne Pennick. They have the Milo FBI training simulator, and they have the indoor firing range. More than just a gun shop. Yes, they have guns, largest selection of guns, but they also have one-on-one training or group training for first-time gun owners. They can take care of that. They have a huge selection of ammo, clothing, tactical gear, gun accessories, and more. More information, 236 East Navajo in Hobbs or 2A Tactical Range.com for more information. Missionaries in Hawaii attempted to ban surfing on this date in 1820. It did not get along very well with the natives. A foot of hail fell in Tuscaloosa, Alabama in 1829.
Wow.
Confederate General Stonewall Jackson was accidentally shot by one of his own men in Virginia. He died 8 days later in 1863. U.S. stopped minting the 20-cent coin on this date in 1878. 1885, very first issue of Good Housekeeping magazine was published, and the very first issue of Good Cabin Keeping. Yeah, 1885. Yeah. FCC approved the regular scheduled TV programming in 1945. And Postman Always Rings Twice, the movie, opened up in theaters in 1946. Bobby Kemp set the world record eating 3 lemons in 15 seconds. He puckered up in 1979. Tuna Day, Foster Care Day, Life Insurance Day, and Truffle Day going on today. Figure skater Sarah Hughes is 39. Lily Allen, the singer, is 39 years old. David Beckham is 49. Dwayne The Rock Johnson is 42.
52.
52.
Really?
Lou Graham, a foreigner, is 74. Happy birthday.
Good luck asking
to
Tom a song from that one.
Yeah, I'm not. And he would probably know about this guy. Engelbert Humperdinck is 88. Name a song, Tom.
I can sing it.
Okay, go ahead. Sing an Engelbert Humperdinck song.
And would I ever do all the time, I would bring you to my house.
You were correct, Kevin. He would know it. And I got another birthday in case you missed it.
Isn't it after the love is gone?
That's what I was going to get to.
Yep. And there's another birthday, and I know you were probably getting ready to get it, but I'm going to steal your thunder here. Born in Seminole, Texas on this day in 1948, Larry Gatlin. From
Really?
Larry Gatlin and the Gatlin brothers.
And the boys, huh?
Yeah, he is 76.
No, he was reared in Odessa, Texas.
He was, but he was born in Seminole.
Right. Wow.
I did not know that.
Now, is he as old as
He was
Tanya?
reared. If I was going to say anybody was reared, it was Engelbert Humperdinck.
Well, Larry Gatlin, one of the Gatlin brothers, one of the biggest country groups in the 70s and 80s.
Amen. All right, 7:59. We'll check the weather in just a second. Keep you updated with everything going on. We got to get to the national anthem and the pledge. First, though, Tom, quickly to the text. That means read, no comments.
All right. So I just turned this critical and Pecos says, I just turned on the radio and y'all were begging people to vote. What happened? We want you to go out and vote this year because this is the year, probably the most important election that we have.
I
So
just
get
said
out
no
there.
comments.
Well, he wanted to know, so I told him. Elaborated because he didn't know.
Keep going, Tom. Keep going. Read the text. Read.
Can we hear what what Trump had to say?
We just did.
Stop listening to Thomas's BS. I'm fixing to go into a meeting, says the text. Mm-hmm. And there you go. See?
I was about to fall asleep in between. All right, check of the weather being brought to you by Janko Janitorial 320 at Artesia. They do all your cleaning, industrial, commercial, and oil field cleaning. Their folks are all certified, pathogen, hazmat, and PPE certified. 575-703-1869, JankoJanitorial.com. They also, besides performing cleaning tasks for you, they sell cleaning supplies. Find them today. Sunny today, 88. Increasing clouds tonight, 57. Sunny tomorrow and 89. Might be a little cloudy tomorrow morning, becoming sunny in the afternoon. And then a 40% chance of rain coming up on Saturday. Rain Saturday night into Sunday. We got to get to the national anthem and the pledge being brought to you by our friend Rebecca Long, your Farmers Insurance agent, 575-393-2661. She can take care of all your insurance, home, auto, life, commercial insurance, recreational insurance. Started her business at 19, 40 plus years later, still helping folks. Putting together a plan for your insurance. Save you a lot of money and time. Get in touch with us. She'll put together a quote for you. 575-393-2661. Proud sponsor of the National Anthem and Pledge on W105.
We are the Perry family from Hobbs. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
So proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so streaming, and the rockets rock the bombs bursting in gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that
KWMW Malmsbury 105.1 FM, better known as W105. Large prayer being brought to you by Judah Oil, reminding you God is in control.
From Matthew 7 this morning, Jesus makes the promise, ask and it shall be given to you. Seek and it shall find it. Knock and it will be opened unto you. God wants us God wants to bless us, and he wants to lead us, guide us, and teach us.
This is Mike Welsh with Judah Oil. Can you join us in the Lord's Prayer? Our Father, who art in heaven,
Our Father, who art in heaven,
hallowed be thy name.
hallowed be thy name.
Thy kingdom come,
Thy kingdom come,
thy will be done,
thy will be done,
on earth as it is in heaven.
on earth as it is on heaven.
Give us this day our
Give
daily
us
bread,
this day our daily bread,
and forgive us
and forgive us,
our trespasses, and we forgive those who trespass against us.
and forgive us as we forgive those who trespass against us.
And lead us not into temptation,
And lead us not to temptation,
but deliver us from evil.
but deliver us from evil.
Amen.
Amen.
805 morning show this morning being brought to you by Rig Outfitters and the Home Store. You can find them in the Broadmoor Mall in Hobbs. They've got everything, all your safety gear, steel toe boots, work boots. They've got good-looking Western wear. They got everything if you're going to work in the patch. FR jeans, shirts, coats, everything you might need. And they've got furniture, appliances, and electronics at zero down financing. Find them in the Broadmoor Mall in Hobbs, right next to Scrub Outfitters, the largest selection of scrubs in 100 miles. Dickies and Peaches and Healing Hands and Met Coutures. They also have a large selection of compression socks. All colors, all designs. Check them out. And they also have comfy socks and equipment, comfy shoes and equipment that you might need. Scrub Outfitters, Rig Outfitters in the Broadmoor Mall. Some of the stories we're going to talk about: Trump vows to end the Biden insane electric vehicle mandate. We'll talk about that as he was in Michigan yesterday. Police shoot a suspect near a Sandia resort. We'll talk about that. And a former NFL linebacker is broke and owes money to the IRS. Transgender offender tries to kidnap a child from a school in Colorado. We'll talk about that. And Governor Kemp signs into law a bill that everybody will check immigration status if an individual is arrested. And what's the percentage of New Mexico voters that are confident that their vote is counted? We'll get to that story coming up this morning. News this morning being brought to you by Ragsdale Law Firm. Luke Ragsdale. Get in touch with Luke today. 575-208-5300. RagsdaleLawFirm.com, settling the big cases. In the patch, $10 million case, $9 million case, and a medical malpractice case. Car accident, slip and fall, settling all personal injury cases. And if you've gotten yourself in a criminal matter, need somebody to defend you, Luke Ragsdale, 575-208-5300, RagsdaleLawFirm.com for more information. 8:07, taking a break. We're coming back. News up next, but first, we're qualifying you for cash on W105.
Call now. Thank you for calling.
Lazy Lantern Tattoo in Hobbs presents the Cash Blowout Contest on W105. This is the Cash Blowout Contest on W105.
Call now. Call now.
This is a Fox News alert. I'm Therese Crowley. 3 lines of California law enforcement in riot gear move in to dismantle the UCLA Gaza protest camp after activists built plywood walls with hammers and zip ties to follow up Tuesday night's riot. First off, flashbangs to disorient the protesters. Then LAPD took the walls down. California Highway Patrol and sheriffs went in to arrest protesters, rifles pointed, pepper balls at the ready. Protesters locked arms to stop from being peeled off, but then they're arrested one by one, cuffed, police pulling down masks, piles and piles of junk and graffiti all around. Presidential candidate Donald Trump asked, where's Joe Biden? Trump back in court in New York City after 2 rousing rallies in Wisconsin and Michigan.
I will seal the border, stop the invasion, and send Joe Biden's illegal aliens back home where they belong.
America is listening to Fox News.
This is Candy Spency Zell. I've been involved in agriculture my whole life. I own our cattle ranch with my husband, and I still own family farms with my brothers down by Artesia. My dad was a farmer. His dad was a farmer. Agriculture and livestock is in my blood, and that's who I am. I have a lifetime's worth of experience and knowledge on the issues facing farmers and ranchers in New Mexico. I'm running for the state Senate because I want to fight for our rights and our needs. I will protect our water in New Mexico, and especially here in the Southeast. I will make sure that water rights from our basins are not bought up by developers and pumped to Albuquerque and Santa Fe. As your senator, I will protect our water. I'm Candy Spency Zell, asking for your vote in the upcoming Republican primary on June the 4th.
Paid for by Candy Spency Zell for State Senate, District 32.
Come out Friday, May 3rd and Saturday, May 4th as the Smokey Bears Hometown Association, Smokey Bear Historical Park, and the Village of Capitan celebrate Smokey Bear's 80th birthday. Smokey Bear Days is a 2-day fun-filled event celebrating Capitan's bear that changed history. This event will have food trucks, vendors, a Rudy Wendland art exhibit, educational events, a climbing wall, drama class play, folk music festival, rock painting, bike rodeo, silent auction, and a parade down Smokey Bear Boulevard. They'll also have a tractor show and kids tractor race, Mescalero Family Time dancers, a cornhole tournament, and a firefighter challenge. Following the parade on May the 4th, there'll be a birthday cake celebration in honor of Smokey Bear. For more information, find them on the web at www.smokeybeardaycapitannm.com or call 575-631-6964. This ad is paid for by the Village of Capitan Lodgers Tax.
When Governor Lujan Grisham attacked the Second Amendment, only one Republican in this election wouldn't immediately support impeaching her, Governor Lovin's Steve McCutcheon, Lujan Grisham's hand-picked senator. She punched his ticket to Santa Fe. Then McCutcheon was undecided on her unlawful gun grab. The real conservative? Larry Scott. Larry Scott stands up to the governor, an engineer in the oil and gas industry. He protects our way of life. Conservative Larry Scott for Senate, paid for by our Values PAC.
Industrial Hose and Oilfield Supply has opened their 9th location at 5211 Buena Vista Drive in Carlsbad, New Mexico. iHose is a full-line supplier of pipes, valves, fittings, and emergency equipment for the oil and gas market. They offer 24/7 call coverage for all your emergency needs. They can support your next project or your small daily repairs. Industrial Hose and Oilfield Supply. Go by the office today, 5211 Buena Vista Drive, and meet manager Carl Ford and his team. Call 575-286-0991. Industrial Hose and Oilfield Supply. Check them out today.
Larry Scott is soft on illegal immigrants and tough on taxpayers. Larry Scott voted to give free health care to illegal immigrants and voted to hike taxes on our health care to pay for it. Larry Scott voted to send hundreds of millions to sanctuary cities and said that deporting illegal aliens would have, quote, a negative impact. And Larry Scott even donated his own money to open border Democrats. Larry Scott, he campaigns as a conservative, but votes like a liberal. Thankfully, we have a better choice. Conservative Senator Stephen McCutcheon is leading the effort to ban sanctuary cities, take on the drug cartels, stop the flow of deadly fentanyl, protect our families, and secure our border once and for all. And conservative Stephen McCutcheon voted to impeach Michelle Lujan Grisham and is the only candidate endorsed by the NRA. Vote for the real Republican. Conservative Stephen McCutcheon for Senate. Paid for by Stephen McCutcheon for Senate.
Attend the Roswell Gun Show May 4th and 5th this weekend at Roswell Convention and Civic Center in Roswell, New Mexico. See dealers selling the finest in modern guns, antique guns, custom knives, ammo, scopes, Old West collectibles, and much more. Buy, sell, and trade at the Roswell Gun Show May 4th and 5th this weekend at Roswell Convention and Civic Center, 912 North Main Street, Roswell, New Mexico. Gun aficionados, you don't want to miss out on this huge selection of ammo. Over 500,000 rounds of ammo on sale. Winchester ammo, Remington ammo, 9mm Luger ammo, 38 Special. Do not miss out on these major brands of ammo. Buy, sell, and trade at the Roswell Gun Show May 4th and 5th this weekend at the Roswell Convention and Civic Center, 912 North Main Street in Roswell, New Mexico. Get $1 off admission. Go to azgunradio.com. That's azgunradio.com. Parking for this event is free.
You guys ready?
Be in the Breakfast Club, broadcasting from the Inn of the Mountain Gods studio. Text line at 877-396-W105. Powered by Amigo Machinery, your Kubota dealer. Question of the day brought to you by Lovington Auto Supply, your Napa dealer.
And I want to make sure I get the quote exactly right.
You seem particularly triggered right now.
877-396-W105, 814. The cat story is coming. I know he's going to jump back in here. I'm just telling you. First she got the boyfriend. Now she's lost the cat. I don't know where this is going. Tom A. will tell us about it.
He's not back yet, so.
And I'm sure it's going to be one of those stories that just, oh, my goodness. Miniature horse in South Carolina broke the world record, having the longest tail. Miniature pony with locks measuring 5 feet, 11.26 inches.
Wow.
To put that in perspective, the tail is like 2 of Tom Cruise's. Okay? There you go. By the way, its name is Sweetie. It stands 3 foot 1 inches, about as tall as Tom Cruise, and is 36 years old.
Wow.
Miniature pony usually has a lifespan of 25 to 30 years. Means that this one is old enough to run for president and could run for president. Maybe as a Democrat. Has a pretty good shot. Probably a better shot than Joe Biden. Very angry bowler launched a bowling ball and struck a woman directly in the head during an intense multi-person fight in downtown Miami at the bowling alley. You know, you would think that's something that would happen, I don't know, like in Artesia or something. Not in Miami. I love you people in Artesia. You know it. This might have destroyed very few brain spells, but, yeah, she is a Democrat, and she didn't have any to spare. Angry bowler is kind of a jerk. And got arrested. I wonder if he got credited with a strike. I'm just saying
wait.
did tell.
Female, New Mexico, very few brain cells, Democrat. Is that Melanie Stansbury?
Yes, it was.
Okay.
Yes, it was. Yeah. All right. New AI trading robot reportedly generated a return of $14,158 from a $3,200 investment over the weekend on Wall Street. So the AI robot scores big in trading. Wow. For the kid's birthday party last week, a mom took her little girl and several other friends to the Seattle Woodland Park Zoo. They watched a mother duck and her babies, I think they would be called ducklings, not babies, swimming in a pond near a bear exhibit. Where could this go wrong? When one of the bears decided to dive in and snacked on several of the ducklings.
Oh.
The kids were horrified.
At least he didn't go after the mother, because then he would have been a mother ducker.
Yes.
Okay.
Wow. Crazy. All right, Tom, cat story. Go ahead.
All right. So this text says,
wait. Let me set it up first. Let me set it up. So the girlfriend, the daughter,
right,
gets a boyfriend,
right,
and then she lost her cat.
Well,
is that what you're saying?
Before she came back to the States, the cat ran off, and she searched for 3 days there in Germany, but she had to come home, so they couldn't put it on the plane.
Because it was a German cat.
It was a German cat.
Didn't have a passport.
So they emailed her yesterday.
Wait. She could just say she's illegal, and the cat would have got here, and they gave it $5,000 when it came across.
The black cat, too. So
why you got to be racist?
Oh, now we have to go black.
Why are you being racist?
Really? So it's an African cat?
I don't know what kind of cat it is, but it was a black cat. Anyway, she couldn't find it. She had to come to Vegas to get stationed there.
Wait, she couldn't find her cat?
I ran off.
In Germany or in the U.S.?
They're in Germany.
Okay.
So anyway, they emailed her yesterday, said, by the way, we have found your cat, but we had to put it down because it had kidney disease. So she called me around midnight this morning and told me that. And I was on the phone for an hour with her because she was just tore up about that little kitty cat. And I said, baby, when I come down for Father's Day, we'll go and get one at the shelter, a brand new one. And she says, well, yeah, but I really love Sophie. That was her cat.
How long had she had?
She had it for 2 years. I said, I got Monahans if you want him, and I got push-ups if you want him.
She's got a boyfriend now. Why she needs a cat?
Because she's a cat person.
I mean, put all your interest into the boyfriend now.
Well, it's fine, but he's from Mexico.
Who cares if he's
What
from
does that
Mexico?
have to do with anything?
Are you trying to say he ate the cat or what?
I'm just saying that.
You said he's mad because he's a black cat because he's from Mexico?
No, well, it's just that.
Oh, he doesn't like black people? Is that what you're saying?
I said, no, but
Wait, did she meet the guy from Mexico while she was in Germany?
No, she met him in Vegas. He's a fireman. But, no.
And he doesn't like black people?
No, I told
Is that
her,
what you're saying?
I told her, I said, you better learn how to speak Spanish. She says, I will. Now, her mother.
Why? He's in America.
Yeah, but.
He understands English.
I know, but I said you would want to share some things in Spanish with him.
Why?
Why not? I did it with my first wife, her mother.
What did you share?
You can't speak Spanish today.
She actually taught me how to read.
You can't
learn the
even read
language.
English. What the hell are you talking about?
What? No, I'm interested to know what he shared in Spanish that he didn't want to share in English.
Go ahead. Tell us what you said in Spanish.
To who?
Repeat it.
Nothing. I said you need to
You
learn.
just said you shared something with the ex-wife in Spanish. Go ahead and share it.
Oh
what
yeah,
you said.
well, everything. I mean, she taught
Like
me.
what?
Retaught me the language. She's Puerto Rican, and she didn't know English, so I taught her English.
Tom, in Puerto Rico, they speak English.
They do, but they don't practice it.
Oh.
What?
There's
So
a difference.
somebody that's coming
When
to
was the last
America to
time-
work.
I
Wait,
know
wait,
you.
wait.
I know you've
Wait.
been to Puerto Rico. When was the last time you went to Puerto Rico?
About 20 years ago.
And you're telling me they spoke what?
They speak English and Spanish,
Right.
but they don't practice English over there.
Because they speak it.
No, they don't.
Yes.
No, they don't.
Most of the
speak
people speak it. It's part of America.
it. Yeah, but they don't practice it. That's what I'm saying.
Well, do you?
So
I mean, you
Wait,
don't have to
wait.
practice the language you
a
speak.
woman that,
Yeah, you do.
a woman that's coming stateside to work as a physical therapist never practiced her English.
No, I had to teach her the language because she came to Texas. Remember, there's a whole different.
Well,
there's a whole different.
I'm totally surprised
language
that
in Texas.
she's successful.
Now
I'm totally surprised
now
that
that
you
I've taught
taught
her
her.
the language. Yeah,
She's
Wow.
successful now,
Her
right?
vocabulary is very limited.
I
is
couldn't
what
get
you're
her to
saying.
shut up after a while. After
So
I-
is that what you're saying? Her vocabulary is very limited.
well, she's very good at it now because of me.
God bless.
Now,
We go
so
from
let me
the cat
let me go
story.
back to the cat because there was a texture about that.
Uh-huh.
It went away. They were asking if the German cat lost its accent.
I don't know. That's a dumb question. But she was
All
tore
right,
up about it.
8:22. Yeah, you see why I don't let him tell a story? Because it ends up being like 15 minutes.
Right. And I had another texter that says that they really wish we had tried to get to the pledge before 8. I was trying to get us there by limiting that
And
cat
we were
story.
close.
We were close.
We were very, very close, and then Tom just would not. Just read the text.
See, we have
That's all I asked.
We have very important text here from Monty Mad Dog. He said, blood drive in Hobbs at the VFW at 609 West Alto, from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m., Battle of the Branches. And you get T-shirts.
If I was there, I'd go get blood.
Yeah,
Is that today or is that tomorrow?
He didn't say where it was today or tomorrow.
Well, that's kind of something we need to know.
Get us more information on that, would you, Mad Dog, so we can put it out there?
Dude, are you okay?
Fine.
I'm serious.
We got a phone
You
call.
all right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's. I'm just wondering.
Well, remember, I didn't get
The-
much sleep last night. I was on the phone with my baby. So, there you go.
I'm going to be honest. If my son would call me and tell me at midnight last night and told me that his cat died, I said, I'll talk to you tomorrow about it.
Yes.
Now,
but-
if he'd have said his dog died, that would be total different. but your cat died. Go buy
the
another
one that you abandoned in Germany. And we do have a phone call.
Good morning. You're on B in the Breakfast Club. Who's this?
Hey, this is Rocket.
Hi, Rocket.
What's going on, guys?
Do you have a drill that you can bring to the station?
I do. I got an auger bit on it, too. Heck yeah.
Man.
Yeah, we need to borrow it.
Man. Pretty rough.
How you doing, Kevin? I ain't got to talk to you
I'm
in a
good,
while.
brother. I'm good. I'm just blowing and going. Got a little cold, but I'll get over it. As your buddy Jeffro says, rub some dirt on it.
Hell yeah. Quit being a... Oh, I can't say that on the air.
Yeah.
No, I will push the button.
Hey, I'm at it every day. I just keep going with the changes. Hopefully, I get rid of the sore throat by Monday.
Heck yeah.
So, what's up with you, brother?
Heck yeah. Not a whole lot. Just checking in on my weight loss regimen.
Yeah. By the way, Tom lost 187 pounds.
Yes.
Yeah, but he found it again.
Yeah, her name was Michelle, and that was part of the divorce.
I'm down today. I weighed in at 245.1.
Wow,
And I got a new scale. That text I sent in a couple weeks ago.
You cheat on it.
I got rid of that scale because it was off, and I got a badass scale. Wait, you can say badass on the radio, right?
Yeah, badass.
Unless you're Tom.
Yeah, I got a badass scale, and it's digital, and it's super accurate. It weighs down to the tenths of ounces.
Wow.
And 245.1 pounds this morning.
Wow, congratulations.
Where did you start, Rocket?
I started at 275 last summer. And my goal is 50 pounds by July.
Wow.
And I'm going to reach my goal. I got 20 pounds to go.
Right on.
And
there you go. Hey, best of luck. It just proves that if you try, you can succeed.
That's it. It takes effort. It's the biggest thing is it takes willpower.
Yep.
And I mean, the willpower and the knowledge of what's going on with my diet, the way I'm doing my diet. It's crazy. I'm eating all the same food. I don't eat as much or as often.
Yeah, I mean, I don't eat big portions of food, and I think that's what kind of changed for me. So I weighed in this morning and at 182, and I'm like 182 forever now. So.
Yeah, the portions I cut down down to like an eighth of what I was eating before for my intake. Mm-hmm. But I'm also I don't eat as often. I don't eat breakfast, lunch, and dinner anymore. I eat dinner, and that's it.
Wow.
I go 22 hours, and I have 2-hour window that I eat, and that's what I do. I don't eat snacks. I don't eat other stuff like that. And then occasionally I will have like a lunch, so I'll do a 6 and 18, and it's working really well. Now my energy is increased dramatically. My thought process is it's phenomenal. My vision, my sight is coming back, and I don't need my glasses as much. It's great. It's really.
They say
really
if you
great.
take sugar out of your diet,
if
you take sugar out of your diet, you can think a lot better.
Well, what's your blood pressure at there, Rocket?
No sodas, no Dr. Peppers, Tom.
What's your blood
no
pressure?
Buffet anymore.
He was talking
Tom
about
wants to
losing
know
weight.
what's your
That's
blood
huge.
pressure.
Blood pressure's huge.
What's my blood pressure?
Yeah.
Super low. Not low, not bad. But I've never had an issue with blood pressure.
Mm-hmm.
Even when I was heavy, I didn't have an issue with blood pressure.
Right.
But I originally, my highest weight that I was ever at was 295.
Wow.
And
wow. So
yeah,
Tom, if you put forward the effort, you can do the same. Hey, Rocket, you take it easy. Appreciate you, brother.
Well, be
safe on the road.
I did see my doctor yesterday.
Yeah, and what he said. Picture of perfect health. Same story.
No, I mean, he is concerned about some things, but he said your blood pressure is down.
You're on blood pressure medicine.
A whole lot than it was.
Your blood pressure, you're on blood pressure medicine.
Right.
Congratulations, the medicine's working.
Well, yeah, but it also changed my diet, too.
Tom. Who the hell you fooling?
Oh, for
It ain't me.
I had to.
Okay, I'm
You're
gonna
not fooling me.
I'm gonna go ahead and ask, what changes have you made in your diet?
More fruit, more veggies now.
That's good.
More meat.
Yeah.
What?
Meat and chicken.
So more of everything.
So
You're saying that's the change in your diet is more of everything.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Well, less of everything.
Well, you said more fruit,
You said
more
more.
vegetables, more meat,
Well,
more
I
chicken.
had eaten vegetables and fruits a lot.
But then you said more meat, more chicken. That's more of everything.
Well, when I say more meat, more chicken, less of what I was having before.
Well, what were you having before if it wasn't
Burritos.
What does that have in it?
Junk.
We're starting to worry about you. We really are. Donald Trump vows to end the Biden insane electric vehicle mandate. He said it will kill Michigan's economy. He was in Michigan yesterday and said just that. Former NFL linebacker Bill Romanowski declared bankruptcy yesterday. He
Did he
owes
really?
$15.5 million in unpaid taxes.
Man.
Former Bronco
And
filed
Raider.
bankruptcy yesterday.
Wow.
How can you make all that money?
Bad investments, bad advice, bad women.
Bad women? Blame it on the women? Is that what you're saying?
Well, they like the bling bling, and he used to.
Well, just say no.
Like you say no to your
Police-
wife, right?
I do quite
Are
often.
you calling his wife a bad woman?
Well, he loves shoes, dude,
No.
And your point?
and purses.
Well, does that make her a
And your
bad
point?
woman?
So, police shot a suspect, potential suspected vehicle theft, who is in critical but stable condition, trying to escape officers in Albuquerque. This happened about 11:30 last night. And a transgender sex offender tried to kidnap a child from a elementary school in Colorado at recess. Parents in Colorado and the community are outraged after a transgender sex offender tried to kidnap students from the elementary school during recess. Entered the property without permission and no problem entering. Surveillance video shows CBS News. Individual police believe 33-year-old Solomon Galligan entered the playfield of the Black Forest Elementary School in Aurora, Colorado, approached multiple children. He is a convicted non-sex offender and has been charged multiple times with non-consensual grabbing and touching and groping of children, dating back to 2011.
What is wrong with people?
And then he's going to go on a school. And there's a picture of this guy. Oh, my Lord. By the way, the kid said he had white powder on his face and smelled of alcohol. His excuse was, I started getting hormone shots, and I really can't wait to get my hormone pills. Thank you.
Okay.
He said he woke up depressed and crying and wanted to hug somebody. Oh, wow. I mean, that's an excuse, I'm sure. And the governor of Georgia signed into law yesterday that all jails in the state will run a background check on the status of individuals to make sure they're not wanted to be deported by ICE. New study shows 65% of New Mexico voters are very confident that their vote has been counted. They looked at the election in 2022, and 65% of voters are confident. 7% of voters say they are not confident at all in the election process. And Marcus Outowns.
That's a reason why they're not voting.
Yeah, but they need to get out and vote,
Yes.
for sure. Tom, do you remember the former quarterback for Florida State? I don't remember this
Which
guy.
one?
Marcus Outzen, O-U-T-Z-E-N.
Yes. No, it's called Utsen.
Utsen.
Yes.
Anyway, he passed away. He was 46 years
No,
old.
for real. Wow.
Yeah, 46 years old. Suffered complications from a rare deficient disorder, immune deficiency disorder.
He played on that team with Warren Sapp. When he was playing for Florida State.
Wow. All right, we're going to talk about Mexico's migrant busing spree is a lifeline for Biden on the border crisis. We're going to get to that coming up. Marjorie Taylor Greene, yesterday, she is not very happy with a lot of people in the Republican Party. Here's what she had to say about the Republicans and some Republicans who are out of control.
Being stolen, COVID shutdowns, all the horrors that happened when Joe Biden took the White House and Democrats took full control. That's why we won the House in 2022. But what have we done with it?
Tom, that's a question. What have they done with it since they won it?
Nothing.
Whoa. Tom finally tells the truth.
Nothing
significant. Finally. And then she went on about the MUGA movement, not MAGA, MUGA movement.
That's what this is. The Uniparty is Make Ukraine Great Again. The Uniparty is all about funding every single foreign war. They think this is the business model that needs to be done.
Tom, MUGA, the MUGA, what does that stand for?
Means move over.
Make Ukraine great again.
Is that what it is?
Yes.
MUGA.
Yep. MUGA. Yep. And Mayor Adams, New York City mayor. A lot of people are not happy with Mayor Adams. They have cut funding to citizens to give to the migrants. So his own constituents are not happy with him. And now he's out and out lying about Columbia University. No Jewish individuals were hurt. In fact, the Jews and the Hamas sympathizers are just getting along great. They're singing Kumbaya.
When you look at the actions that we have taken to address this issue, we've seen an increase in hate crimes, graffiti and terminologies, but the assault on Jewish students is something that is just not happening. And when it does, and if it does, we're going to make a proper investigation and apprehensions and arrests.
It's not happening, Blake, okay? It's not happening.
We're just delusional. You can't believe your own eyes. You can't believe your own ears.
It's not happening. He has gotten together with these folks. Nobody is hitting on anybody, all right?
You got cameras showing what's actually happening, but you can't believe that. You can't. What you see and what you hear, that's not true. We will tell you what to believe.
By the way, there are no muggings on the subways either, okay? Right. Just get that out of your mind. Springtime is right ahead, and the legal border crossings could result in increasing enforcement efforts by the Mexican government in a bid to help Joe Biden. So the Mexican government is saying they want to keep Joe Biden in office.
Well, of course they
So we're going to try to deter individuals crossing the southern border. As it stands right now, we're averaging about 302,000 people crossing the southern border a month. How many people crossed the southern border in 1 year? 1 year under Donald Trump. Average about 500,000 a year.
That was kind of the high.
500,000 a year.
Which is too much. I mean, let's be honest. That's too much as well.
But under Joe Biden, we're averaging 302,000 a month.
Yeah.
So the Mexican government wants to slow the people coming across to help Joe Biden, because the number one concern in America is immigration.
Right.
So the Mexican government, they don't want Donald Trump in office. Oh, no. He's not going to play ball.
Well, he will play ball, but he just has a spine. He won't bend over.
No, you're right about that. LeBron James shares a message about his future. He has taken some time off to think.
Retire, please.
And is it time for him to retire? No, he's not retiring. He's coming back. He's hoping to come back with his son.
Bad idea.
Really bad idea, because his son is not that good. I'm not saying he sucks, but he's not. If you can't start in college, how are you going to play in the NBA?
He's going to write his
Unless your role was coming off the bench, and that wasn't his role.
I'd rather have Caitlin Clark play in the NBA than
Yes, Caitlin Clark. Yes, that she will save LeBron's career. No.
Well, why do you hate her, B? She could play in the NBA.
I don't hate Caitlin Clark. I'm a fan of Caitlin Clark, but she can't play in the NBA, Tom. She does not have that ability. She does not have the ability to play in the NBA.
She don't got to go inside. Yourself. She don't got to play defense. All she got to do is shoot the ball from the outside.
Tom, you act like this is a game of horse. You don't think there's anybody going to play defense on that?
Have you seen an NBA game lately? That's what they do, man.
I don't even know what they do. The speed of the game if she can keep up.
Oh, she can keep up, believe me.
Oh, okay, whatever. God bless you. All right, 8:39. Let's get to the boob of the day this morning, being brought to you by Desert Functional Medicine and Aesthetics.
Which
medical
one you
professionals.
Want?
What?
Choose the one you want. Remember, I told you there was two of them. I got
flip them.
Okay, I got a church guy and a dental guy.
Let's go dental.
All right, you got it.
Yeah. All right, Desert Functional Medicine, Aesthetics, medical professionals on staff ready to help you. If you're living your life in pain, let me just say I understand. I understand 100%. If you're living your life in constant pain, it's no fun. There is an answer. Desert Functional. They offer a solution. Number one, they're looking to get down to the root cause of the problem to help you. They're not numbing the symptoms. Look, when the doctor sends you to a pain management doctor and they say, we're going to shoot you up with a steroid, that does nothing to fix it. Now, if you go to Desert Functional and they say, we have stem cell therapy, that will fix it. They say ozone therapy, that is a short-term solution. For me, it lasts 6 to 8 months. They also do hormonal optimization. Ladies, if you're going through menopause, you need to check these guys out. Guys, if your libido is low and you have gained a lot of weight, could be low testosterone. Could be low testosterone. That could be what it is. It all begins with blood work. Take the deep dive into your blood work and find out what's going on. Desert Functional Medicine Aesthetics, 3900 North Lovington Highway in Hobbs. Online at thedesertfma.com. They're on Facebook. Desert Functional Medicine Aesthetics. Proud sponsor of the Boob of the Day at 841.
So it turns out telling you to floss more isn't the most annoying thing your dentist can do. A 40-year-old man in Turkey named Razaman Yilmaz recently went in for a toothache, and he had several teeth pulled. His dentist said they'd need to be replaced with implants, which they screw directly into your jaw. And unfortunately, things didn't go as planned. They were installing a tooth on the upper left side of Ramazan's mouth when he said he felt like the dentist was pushing really hard, like too hard. But the dentist said, relax, it's totally normal. So what happened next wasn't normal. The dentist pushed so hard, the screw broke through Ramazan's jaw and pierced his brain. Like it ended up lodged in his skull behind his left eye. Of course, he screamed out in pain, and the dentist realized it was serious, so they rushed him to the emergency room. Then the dentist just left the guy there and took off. Now, surgeons said that Ramazan might not survive the surgery, so he said goodbye to his wife and kids just in case. Now, luckily, he did pull through and he fully recovered. And there's some photos of him after the surgery. But now he's suing the dentist who took off after dumping him at the emergency room and piercing his brain with a screw. And he's suing him for an undisclosed amount of money. He says he called the dentist. The guy wouldn't even give him a refund and hung up the phone on him. Yeah, kind of reminds us of Steve Martin's dentist character from Little Shop of Horrors. Kind of like that. And for being that kind of dentist, you are the boob of the day.
Boob of the Day being brought to you by Desert Functional Medicine and Aesthetics. Check them out today. You know who else you need to check out? Butcher Block Meat Market and Grill. They are open right now and serving up breakfast. They have an awesome selection of burritos and breakfast platters. Mm-hmm. And if you're going to be in town in Lovington for lunch, you ought to check them out. They have an awesome lunch. Hey, when you go in there to the meat market, they always have smoked meats and beef jerky and that type of stuff. Their beef jerky is, Tom, off the chain, since you didn't know what that meant. It's off the chain. So go check them out. They've got burger patties. They do custom cut meats. The meat that they have is simply awesome. 575-739-7778, 1422 South Main. Follow them on Facebook. All you got to do is go to the Butcher Block Meat Market and Grill on Facebook and like them on Facebook. We're going to get updated, find out what's going on with News 844. B and the Breakfast Club. We're coming right back right now, qualifying you for cash.
Call now. Thank you for calling.
Lazy Lantern Tattoo and Hobbs presents the Cash Blowout Contest on This is the Cash Blowout Contest on W105.
Call now. Call now.
News brought to you by Stone Oilfield Services in Lovington. Getting the job done right every time since 2004.
Proudly serving most phases of the oil field process, Stone Oilfield Services has a fleet of over 60 trucks and a workforce of over 100 employees. From water transport to kill and vac truck operations, flowback services and pit filling to the clean out of rigs and tanks, as well as oiling and acidizing, Stone Oilfield believes in getting the job done right every time. Their central motto, do what you say you can do. Call them today at 575-396-1840. That's 396-1840.
MTD Radio News, I'm Joe Miller. A more than $40 million fine against an oil and gas operator for air pollution in New Mexico cut in half via settlements between the company and New Mexico officials. New Mexico Environment Department and Energy, Minerals, and Natural Resources Department announcing a combined fine of $42 million against Ameridev operating in July last year, citing violations of state air pollution rules at the operator's facilities throughout southeast New Mexico. The NMED portion of the fine was about $40 million, while ENMRD issued a $2.4 million fine. Smoky Beer Days returns to Capitan to celebrate Smokey's 80th birthday. Occasion is only celebrated every 5 years. Smoky Beer Days starts Friday. Entry for Smoky Beer Days costs $2 for ages 13 and up, $1 for kids from 7 to 12 years old. Children 6 and under are free. The event takes place throughout the Smoky Bear Boulevard and the Smoky Bear Historical Park. Vendors, food, and small local shops setting up along Smoky Bear Boulevard. There'll be a folk festival held at the outdoor stage of the Smoky Bear Historical Park starting at 10:30 a.m. until 4 in the afternoon. A bike rodeo scheduled at Smoky Bear Boulevard, 11:30 a.m. to 1 p.m. And from 1 to 4, there'll be a rock painting in the Community Park Pavilion. Have a great time at the event. As the temps rise, so do the water levels throughout New Mexico. Runoff from the mountains not only raises the water level, it can also make the water faster, deeper, and colder. Just this past weekend, a 74-year-old woman reportedly drowned in the Pecos River. Shirley Lee Sullivan washing her hands when she slipped into the river Sunday. Her husband says they were visiting friends in Hidden Valley. Local fire departments want New Mexicans to explore and check out rivers across the state, but they want to make sure residents are prepared before they go out. And that's what's happening. I'm Joe Miller, MTD Radio News.
Larry Scott is soft on illegal immigrants and tough on taxpayers. Larry Scott voted to give free health care to illegal immigrants and voted to hike taxes on our health care to pay for it. Larry Scott voted to send hundreds of millions to sanctuary cities and said that deporting illegal aliens would have, quote, a negative impact. And Larry Scott even donated his own money to open border Democrats. Larry Scott, he campaigns as a conservative, but votes like a liberal. Thankfully, we have a better choice. Conservative Senator Stephen McCutcheon is leading the effort to ban sanctuary cities, take on the drug cartels, stop the flow of deadly fentanyl, protect our families, and secure our border once and for all. And conservative Stephen McCutcheon voted to impeach Michelle Lujan Grisham and is the only candidate endorsed by the NRA. Vote for the real Republican. Conservative Stephen McCutcheon for Senate. Paid for by Stephen McCutcheon for Senate.
As a single mom, it means a lot to me to have a strong banking relationship. With the cost of living as it is, I have to make the most of every dollar I make.
Every member has different wants and needs. That's the basis of relationship-based personal service. A strong credit union is built on strong relationships. Estacado Federal Credit Union, where you are more than a number. You're a member. Federally insured by NCUA.
At Coffee Drilling LLC, they offer a wide range of drilling services from small domestic water to agricultural and monitor wells. In addition to mud and rotary drilling, Coffee Drilling offers services to pre-existing wells as well as troubleshooting of pumps and all control systems. Call Coffee Drilling today to schedule your routine maintenance or see about an upgrade to your water system. Call 505-270-1767. That's 505-270-1767. Coffee Drilling LLC, over 20 years experience and serving all of Hobbs, Lovington, and Eunice.
When Governor Lujan Grisham attacked the Second Amendment, only one Republican in this election wouldn't immediately support impeaching her: Governor Lovin's Steve McCutcheon, Lujan Grisham's hand-picked senator. She punched his ticket to Santa Fe. Then McCutcheon was undecided on her unlawful gun grab. The real conservative? Larry Scott. Larry Scott stands up to the governor, an engineer in the oil and gas industry. He protects our way of life. Conservative Larry Scott for Senate, paid for by Our Values PAC.
You've imagined that perfect home, designed it in your mind. At Destiny Real Estate, it's dreams that we provide. We buy or sell residential ranches, lots and more. Call Rhonda Burns at Destiny and let her tell you more.
If you're looking to rent, please join our website at www.destinyluxuryrental.com. I've got everything from a little 2-bedroom all the way up to a 10,000 square foot home with an indoor swimming pool. Again, that's destinyluxuryrental.com. And I'm needing some more homes. If you wanted to make a little extra income, just give me a call. Rhonda Burns, 575-257-3000. At Destiny Real Estate, our business is built on dreams and imagination. Telephone 575-257-3000.
Call Rhonda Burns at Destiny and let her tell you more. Call Rhonda Burns at Destiny and let her tell you more.
Every morning.
Good morning.
The best, baby.
Be in the Breakfast Club, broadcasting from the Inn of the Mountain God studio. Text line at 877-396-W105. Powered by Amigo Machinery, your Kubota dealer. Question of the day brought to you by Lovington Auto Supply, your Napa dealer.
A lot of you are tired. I get it.
9 minutes away from 9 o'clock, B and the Breakfast Club. Japanese Town intends to build a large screen. Mount Fuji. They don't want anybody looking at Mount Fuji. They're trying to fend off the tourists. No, serious. And Donald Trump said build a wall. They're probably not going to build a wall, but they are building a screen to keep the tourists out. They don't want them looking. Tourists stay away.
So what they should do on that screen is paint Mount Fuji.
There you go. That way they would think they were, yeah, there you go. That makes a lot of sense. Because of the tipping fatigue, Domino's has launched a promotion that rewards customers with $3 off future online delivery orders for every $3 or more that they tip. A customer will get $3 off in the future.
Well,
so we got to bribe people to tip nowadays?
Well, here's the problem with a lot of those pizza delivery places. If you order a pizza, now they add a delivery surcharge.
That's what I thought. Yes.
Which
Forever,
is not. No, they haven't. That's relatively recent.
Mm-hmm.
So, and that does not go to the driver, who is actually spending the gas on the delivery.
Right.
And so people aren't tipping the drivers
because they think they already paid.
Right. They're paying this delivery surcharge, which your business is delivering pizza. Why do you have a delivery surcharge if it doesn't go to the person who's actually an independent contractor delivering the pizza?
Now, Tom used to deliver pizzas until they fired him because he was snacking on other people's pizzas.
No, I remember that experience. And, the best tippers are the middle class tippers.
The best strippers?
The best tippers.
I mean, I have no problem with middle-class strippers.
Middle-class tippers are the best.
I tend to like low-income strippers because they work harder.
How do you know if they're middle class, Tom?
It just depends on the streets that they live on.
So you're profiling them?
Yeah, he's definitely a profiler.
Just because someone lives on a street doesn't put them in a particular class.
Poor part of town, I wasn't going to get no tip.
Well, how do you know that if you're in the, quote, poor part of town, that some of those people don't have money?
Because you drive, I mean, you see the houses and everything. You know where you're going to get your tips from.
You're so much a profiler. You're a racial profiler.
Man, that is
you're
so biased.
No, but in the rich houses, they wouldn't give you no tips either, dude.
Oh.
Middle class are the tippers.
I believe that if you go to the, quote, rich houses, wherever those are, you're probably less likely to get a tip from a higher income individual.
Get no tip, man, believe me.
But
But I saved $8,000 doing that for my daughter's wedding.
There's a lot. I don't know if you see the videos. Tom's not on social media, but some of these drivers get extremely mad when they don't get a tip and take the food back.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, very, very mad. Tuesday at the Dodgers Diamondback game in Arizona, there was a 2-hour bee delay. Swarm of bees set up camp.
Uh-oh.
And in the net behind home plate, they had to call things off for about 2 hours. Finally, they got started. Beekeeper came, removed the unwanted fans, and got a standing ovation. Yep. Jeff Goldblum says he's not going to leave a lot of money to his kids.
Get out, why?
It's going to
They're 6 and 8 right now.
Yeah. He said they can rent an apartment.
Yeah, they're 6 and 8 years old right now. But he's not going to leave a lot of money to them because he wants them to be able to fend for themselves.
Well,
Shaquille O'Neal said the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
There are multiple very wealthy individuals that like, I'm not leaving my kids all that money. Rod Stewart's another one that said the same thing. I'm not leaving my kids money.
Mm-hmm. When I die, I'm leaving
I
my
will
kids
fund
money.
them opening up a business because he wants them to be able to make money on their own.
I think you missed what just happened there, B.
What's that?
You said there's a lot of wealthy individuals that aren't going to leave their kids money. And Tom said, well, I'm planning on leaving my kids money.
Right.
Tom, you're one of the brokest people that I know.
Brokest people.
I
No,
mean,
I'm not. I'm
how
not
the
that
hell
broke.
you leaving your kids money?
Well, I'm going to leave both my daughters, especially my oldest one, because she has 4 kids. And then my youngest one, because,
So, I
she has
mean,
needs.
so how much money are you leaving them?
Everything I got.
Which is, I love you, brother, but you ain't got a pot to pee in or a window to throw it out.
No, I mean, I put my savings away, so I've got enough to do them.
Tom, who you think you talking to, bro?
You're dead broke too, heck.
I'm not dead broke, bro. I'm not dead broke. And you know what? I don't plan to give my kids a penny.
Well, it's not really to my kids, it's my grandkids, so they can share the wealth.
What wealth? What wealth are you talking about?
So, now, when I die, will my social
Go ahead, change the subject.
Will
Go
my
ahead,
social
change the subject. Go
will
ahead.
my Social Security go to where I ever want it to go?
No.
What happens?
If you are married, your Social Security, and your wife is 65 years or 62 years of age.
Right.
If they were already collecting on your, like if you're married,
yeah,
one spouse can get half of the other spouse's Social Security amount added. So if you were married, your spouse would continue to get that. But otherwise, when you die, Social Security dies.
Yes.
It don't go to where I want it to go.
That's why they want to make retirement age 70 or 72. That way you'll retire, live 1 year, and die.
Are you
that way you don't have to pay out that money? Social Security keeps the money.
Were you saying that the wealth that you wanted to pass on is your Social Security?
Yes.
Well, yeah, who's going to pass it on to?
You can't. It stops.
You can't.
Well, if I request it, I can.
No. If you stop,
you can't.
it stops.
Well,
You die, the money goes back to Social Security.
Yeah, to whoever's still alive for Social Security. It's not an inheritance. There's no amount of money that you're getting with Social Security.
Well, wife number 2 is already done. And I still got wife number 1 still
No,
alive.
you're not married to them right now.
What are you talking about?
Well, your ex-wives, the money goes to them, right?
No.
No.
Well, I ain't got to worry about wife number 2.
And your grandkids aren't getting that money, so thanks for being a planner.
Well, I guess I have to save a little bit
Advanced
more.
planner. Wow. You cheap bastard. You spent all the money on burritos. 858. Morning show being brought to you by Zia Guns, 1907 North Main in Roswell. They have over 1,000 firearms in Roswell, handguns, rifles, shotguns. Find the right gun. Trade in your old gun to get the right gun. They give you fair pricing on your old gun to get a better gun. And ladies, if you've been thinking about getting personal protection, go talk to them. They have a selection of guns that are built more so for, a woman's hand size. Check them out today. Zia Guns, 1907 North Main in Roswell, closed Saturday, always open on Sunday. One person injured, one person arrested after a fight Tuesday night in Lubbock. So one arrested, one person stabbed. That happened Tuesday night. Sheriff's officers responded to a County Road 1420 to a disturbance. When they arrived, a man appeared to have lacerations on his arm and stomach, saying he had gotten into an argument with Jeremy Stevens, 48 years old. Stevens stabbed the victim multiple times. He has been charged. And the Supreme Court to review the green card denial when a marriage is a sham. So the government says its decision to revoke a visa based on a marriage being a sham could change. Look, it's not a legitimate marriage because it was a sham marriage. Supreme Court's decision this week to consider whether U.S. government can revoke an immigration visa after its determination that the immigrant marriage to a U.S. citizen is a sham. So what's to review? You gave that person a green card based on a marriage that is nothing more than a sham. The green card should go away.
Yes.
But Alejandro Mayorkas, Secretary of Homeland Security, says not in all cases.
Well, my marriage was the second one, was a practice marriage.
Oh, my gosh.
Yes, because she was practicing with a foreign exchange student while you were in the bungalow. Yes, you're 100% right. 901, Tom on the text, 877-396-W105.
Jeff from Anchorman is saying, is this the Dump on Tom show? Laugh out loud, says Jeff from Anchorman. And Tom has money because he gets everybody else to pay for everything. They're saying, I don't. And maybe no one should serve Tom because he doesn't ever tip. Just saying, says the texter.
Sounds like they have personal experience.
Yeah, well, bring my tea now. Well, bring my water now, and I'll tip you.
Yeah, let that slip, bud. Go ahead.
And the beekeeper even got to throw out the first pitch, says this texter.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome.
Yeah, it was.
And
so, what happens when you're supposed to be fasting and you drink water or tea?
It messes up your blood lab.
Because we're leaving at 3 a.m. tomorrow in the morning. And another 4 hours.
Okay.
And so I can't stop drinking because if I stop drinking, I'm going to start coughing. So I've been sipping. So
why do you have to fast me?
I don't need no stinking test to see my blood sugar. I've checked that. I'm perfect. I'm the picture of damn perfect health. Just do the ultrasound of my lung and my stomach and do the blood work to see where my testosterone is. I'm good. I do know this much. It will not affect my testosterone test, a hormonal test. So I ain't worried about the
rest. electric lights.
Yes.
Take an electric light? What am I going to do with an electric light?
You put it in your water, a little electric light.
An electric light. Wouldn't that cause me to get shocked?
Yes. Yes, it would. You will have shocking results.
Are you talking about electrolytes?
The neighborhood.
Nope.
No, not really.
That's kind of it's one's
Joe
in
Biden.
Columbia, one's in UCLA.
Right.
So I don't know if you saw the protest and University of Alabama in Tuscaloosa. had a group of people chanting for the Palestinians and the counter-protests. And then the counter-protest broke out with the blank Joe Biden. And the counter-protest blank Joe Biden. And then the protesters responded with blank Joe Biden back. That was awesome. Thank you.
They do agree on something.
Yeah, they do. A woman sentenced for drunk driving that killed her grandchild in New Mexico. Department of Justice says 60-year-old Alvin Bustamante of Shiprock will spend 5 years in prison after that fatal rollover that happened in 2021. By the way, none of the grandkids were wearing seatbelts or car seats. Cancer vaccine. We'll talk about that in just a second. Cancer vaccine?
Never heard of that.
Cancer? Cancer vaccine? Oh, could this be part of the RMA or mRNA? We'll talk about that in a second. Tom on the text, quickly.
All right, this text saying for Social Security, if you were married to a person more than 10 years and you got divorced and then you died, your ex-wife gets your Social Security. Now, my mom got Dad's Social Security when he died, and they had been divorced for 25 years.
But she has to be over the age of 62 to get that Social Security. I think it's either 60 or 62.
It's one of the two. And Tom off the chain is a racial slur. Now, why are they calling that a racial slur?
It's not.
This texter says it's a racial slur.
No, it's not.
The second time somebody said that.
It's the same texter that said that. It's not a racial slur.
Well, let us know, texter, why that's a racial slur.
They're going to tie it back to slavery, but that's not where it came from.
Where'd it come
from? So, keep going.
Just one of the slangs, I guess?
Keep going, Tom.
All right. And I'm ashamed to Tom, listening to Tom's stupidity, says this one texter. Okay.
Well, his grandkids are going to get his Social Security.
Well, you know, when my mom passed, we were all minors, 4 of us. We got her Social Security.
Exactly. You were minors.
Yeah, I remember that. It helped us through those times. And there you go, B.
My God.
Where's that drill, people are saying?
Oh, my Lord. Seminole man dead after veering off the road. 19-year-old David Rosales died after striking a culvert in a ditch, then hit a utility pole. He was driving a Kia and traveling eastbound on US 62, veered off the road and hit that culvert. He was 19 years of age from Seminole. And a cancer vaccine breakthrough. As tests show that the jab, after killing brain tumors for 48 hours, could prevent the disease.
Really?
This is the new mRNA cancer vaccine that can reprogram the immune system to attack tumors within 48 hours. Blake, you're buying it?
Nope.
I'm not buying it either.
mRNA therapy is not a vaccine.
Amen. Guess who's coming out with it, though?
Pfizer.
Yep. And Moderna.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah, Pfizer stock was up.
They are going to make so much money.
Pfizer stock was up a lot the last couple days.
Right.
And I knew they had some kind of announcement coming.
That's why.
Well, you know, I learned about it yesterday because a friend of mine whose wife was her cancer returned.
You learned about
this certain medicine. And I was going to tell him about it, but I didn't really know.
What medicine?
Or this pill, whatever it is. Anyway.
What pill?
Whatever it is.
So I told him, I was going to tell him, but then, because they couldn't find any not chemo. What's that other stuff that you use?
Where did you hear about this? Wait. I want to drill down on something
What was the other thing that's called? Not chemo.
Where did you hear about Pfizer's new mRNA?
Let me finish it. So anyway, her cancer returned, and they couldn't get any chemo through her because the doctor said, you have to go get it yourself.
No, that's not the way chemo works.
And that's what
you have to have a port to do
Quit
that
making
with.
up stories, please.
No, this is true. This is real.
All right, so look, I'm going to tell you where Off the Chain came from since you were looking at me funny a minute ago. Off the Chain.
By the way, before we get to that, the doctor sends you to go get chemo.
Yes.
You don't go get it on your own.
Yeah,
You're
no.
not going to the doctor and somebody's going,
So you
we're
got to
going
have
to give you
you got to
chemo.
have a port put in for that first of all,
Right.
which they have to do
God.
surgically.
God.
Well, finally they got it, but
Go
they had
ahead,
to get
Blake.
it from,
Tell us
from
where off the
Carolina.
chain.
Okay, off the chain, because we're going to come back to this. It comes from the chain gang time when prisoners were worked on the chain
Right,
gang.
on the chain gang.
And so when they're off the chain, it means they're free from the constraints of being on that, and they can basically be their best self.
Oh.
That's where off the chain comes from. Now, there's another theory that says it comes from a dog chain, but they think that one came from the chain gang earlier.
From the
But that's where it
chain
originally
gang.
came from, was from the
Okay.
chain gang.
Off the chain.
Yeah, so you were off the chain. You are no longer constrained on the chain gang as a prisoner.
This is a fairly new slang word, though, isn't it? Been around for a while.
Yeah, since, prisoners in, jail, they would go out and work on the chain gang, which is kind of a unique
I'm
American
almost done.
experience.
I'm almost done. It's almost to the other side now.
Sorry.
No, that's for Tom.
Oh.
Anyway, the age is 60. Survivor benefit, the widow has to be at least 60 years old and married, of course, at least. That she can get death benefits if they've been married 9 months before death. Now, if they want to get death benefits and they're not married, it would be 10 years. They had to be together 10 years. So God bless. So
what happens
if I
to
die
my money?
today, my wife's not getting money until she's 60.
Uh-oh.
How long were you married?
So now that I don't have any any spouses, first time I was married 20 years. Second, 92 days.
She's not collecting off of you. She's made more money than you.
But
Right.
what happens to my money? Who gets it then?
None. No one.
Nobody. It goes back to Social Security Administration.
No one. If you die,
You
your
actually
Social
thought
Security
your
payments stop.
grandkids are going to get that money?
So if I die and I don't leave it to nobody, then
You can't leave it to anyone.
then it stays in limbo.
No, it goes back. The government just doesn't issue any more checks.
So it's got to go somewhere.
No, it goes to whoever's alive that getting Social Security.
It goes back into the system, Tom.
There is no money with Tom's name on it when you die.
Well, then give it to me. I'll take it with me.
No, that's not the way it works.
Oh.
God bless you.
I earned that money.
Yeah, let me just say, you haven't earned a whole bunch. I'm just saying.
I earned that money.
You didn't earn a whole bunch.
I got a text here that says, y'all need a sponsor for when Tom says something stupid.
Hell, that would make us all rich.
He's part of that commission. Yeah.
Well, go sell it, Tom.
That would make us rich. Morning show this morning being brought to you by Atlas Makeup Mirror, atlasmakeupmirror.com, ×1, ×5, ×10. Magnification, LED lights, the best makeup mirror on the market. Look, this all started with Rebecca Long traveling and, going to a hotel. Even if it's a 5-star hotel, the lighting is not really good, and the mirrors are not great at all. So if you're used to putting yourself together and then you get to a hotel and the lighting stinks and the mirrors stink and, yeah, you need a Atlas makeup mirror. Yeah. So she came up with the Atlas makeup mirror and designed it and created it, and now you can get the Atlas makeup mirror. Go to the website. And right now, use the promo code W105 for Mother's Day and save 20% off at atlasmakeupmirror.com.
Yeah.
Or you can call 575-631-3189 and use W105 promo code and save 20%. Blake? atlasmakeupmirror.com for more information. 9:13, we're going to take a break. We're coming back. Good news of the day. Up next, 9:13, W105.
Call now. Thank you for calling.
Lazy Lantern Tattoo and Hobbs presents the Cash Blowout Contest on W105. This is the Cash Blowout Contest on W105.
Call now.
CJ Papa. Police at UCLA hauling away zip-tied anti-Israel protesters while dismantling an encampment. Cops using flashbangs and smoke, making quick work of ripping down the plywood barriers surrounding the encampment on the campus in Los Angeles. Former President Trump back at a courtroom in Lower Manhattan at his criminal trial.
Beverly Hills lawyer Keith Davidson returns to the stand for more testimony. Davidson represented Karen McDougal and Stormy Daniels, and he is the lawyer who negotiated the $280,000 that was paid to both McDougal and Stormy Daniels to hide their alleged affairs with Trump.
That's Fox's Eric Shawn outside the courthouse, and President Biden travels to North Carolina today. He's expected to meet with the families of the 4 cops gunned down this week in Charlotte. America's listening to Fox News.
Attend the Roswell Gun Show May 4th and 5th this weekend at Roswell Convention and Civic Center in Roswell, New Mexico. See dealers selling the finest in modern guns, antique guns, custom knives, ammo, scopes, Old West collectibles, and much more. Buy, sell, and trade at the Roswell Gun Show May 4th and 5th this weekend at Roswell Convention and Civic Center, 912 North Main Street, Roswell, New Mexico. Gun aficionados, you don't want to miss out on this huge selection of ammo. Over 500,000 rounds of ammo on sale. Winchester ammo, Remington ammo, 9mm Luger ammo, 38 Special. Do not miss out on these major brands of ammo. Buy, sell, and trade at the Roswell Gun Show May 4th and 5th this weekend at the Roswell Convention and Civic Center, 912 North Main Street in Roswell, New Mexico. Get $1 off admission. Go to azgunradio.com. That's azgunradio.com. Parking for this event is free.
This is Sheriff Corey Helton. Representative Larry Scott has a lengthy record of fighting illegal immigration and open border policies in New Mexico. Michelle Lujan Grisham is the most radically open borders governor in our state's history. Larry Scott has opposed her agenda time and time again. In 2019, Larry Scott voted against a driver's license for illegal aliens, and in 2020 and 2021, he voted twice against professional licensure for illegals. He voted against free college for illegals in 2022 and again this year in 2024. Larry Scott's record on fighting to enforce the law and put legal citizens ahead of illegals is unimpeachable. I'm Lee County Sheriff Corey Helton, asking you to join me in voting for the law and order conservative candidate for the state Senate, Larry Scott, because he supports local law enforcement, supports your Second Amendment rights, and has the strongest record on the border.
Paid for by the committee to elect Larry R. Scott.
There is no excuse for not calling 811 before you start your digging project. The call and service are free, and the process is simple. Mark the area where you plan to dig with white paint or white flags. Available at most home shopping centers or hardware stores. Then call 811 2 business days before you start digging. Utility companies will arrive and mark any utilities in or near your digging area. For more information, visit nm811.org. A friendly reminder sponsored by your community partner, Zia Natural Gas Company.
Hello, I'm Deanne Kimbrough, and I want to be your next Lee County Commissioner, District 1. I'm running for Commissioner to ensure we maintain our conservative values and lifestyle that we currently enjoy here in Lee County. I've been a lifelong Republican, and I will work hard to maintain those values here in Lee County. It's important that you vote in the primaries June 4th, and I'm asking you to vote for Deanne Kimbrough.
Paid for by the committee to elect Deanne Kimbrough, Junior Hernandez, Treasurer.
This Lovington Wildcat update being brought to you by Battle Energy Services, 1315 Avenue D in Lovington, with 5 generations of their own Lovington Wildcats.
Proudly serving the Permian Basin for over 10 years, Battle Energy Services says good luck to the Lovington Wildcats. With locations in Lovington, New Mexico, and Midland, Texas, Battle Energy is your source for BOP nipple up and testing services. Also offering Safeland USA and H2S Oilfield safety classes every Friday. 5 generations of Lovington Wildcats are behind the family and team at Battle Energy Services. Call 575-942-9472. That's 575-942-9472. Go Wildcats.
The Lovington Lady Wildcats have been one awesome team this season. Coach Steve McCraw, what's been the secret to your success?
We've been getting really good pitching. Daphne Tahar and Sabri Sanchez been pitching most of the games for us, and they've both been doing really, really well. Our third pitcher is Xavier Rodriguez. We got her some work the other day. Try to get her some more this week. Fast-paced softball comes down to pitching, and we've been getting really good pitching. And then we kind of worked on our sticks a little bit. Really came alive with the sticks these last couple of games. And, our defense has been great all year. So you get good pitching, good defense, and appeal hits, and that's pretty easy, really.
Lovington has 3 district games at home. All they need is 1 win, and they're district champions.
In order for us not to lose, we got to lose. We got to lose to Artesia and then lose the last 2 to Goddard. And
the Lady Wildcats hold destiny in their own hands.
This Lovington Wildcat update being brought to you by Battle Energy Services. Call 575-942-9472. Go Wildcats.
I know he's an early riser.
We don't get fooled again.
You guys ready?
Be in the Breakfast Club, broadcasting from the Inn of the Mountain Gods studio. Text line at 877-396-W105. Powered by Amigo Machinery, your Kubota dealer. Question of the day brought to you by Lovington Auto Supply, your Napa dealer.
Are you listening to me? Because I'm about to unload. Ha!
877-396-W105. Looks like UCLA, they've cleaned that out pretty good. And I just have, what are they going to do with the plywood? I mean, have you seen the price of plywood?
I know. They need to take it back to Home Depot.
I mean, because maybe we can get somebody.
Who brought it out there in the first place?
Well, I mean, same people at the hard hats and, the
ones that
cable ties. Cable ties. Why would they need cable ties? Oh, that's to hold the janitor hostage.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Whoever supplied the pallets of bricks to the BLM riots.
Yeah, same people. Leaders of the Conservative Party of Canada was removed for questioning Justin Trudeau, saying some of his policies are wacko. And because of that, he was removed. See, our friends to the north have completely lost their mind. Journalists asking questions have been arrested.
Yep.
That's what's coming to America. See, it's not Donald Trump that's going to do that.
Nope.
Even though the left is trying to make you believe that. It's not Donald Trump that's going to do that. But it will be the left. People are waking up. Look at New York City. New York City, the trial of Donald Trump, they asked a question. 32% says it makes them more likely to vote for Trump. The trial in New York City makes them more likely to vote for Trump. And 26% said it makes them less likely to vote for Trump.
I believe
that. And
that.
I bet the 26% wouldn't vote for Trump no matter what.
No.
Great majority of people answered the question about why would it make them more likely to vote for Trump. They used the word Gestapo kangaroo court tactics.
Because normal Americans can see that.
Yeah, they can see it. It's clear as day. U.S. Appeals Court says kids' climate lawsuit must be dismissed. The U.S. Appeals Court Wednesday said the lawsuit filed by 21 young people claiming the U.S. government's energy policies violated the right to for protection against climate change.
What?
By the way, this was filed in San Francisco.
Of course it was.
I wonder who paid for that for these kids. Yeah. Well, we'll follow the money. 2023 recorded the year's most natural gas consumption. And they're trying to kill that industry. Americans consumed 89.1 billion cubic feet a day of natural gas.
Wow.
And by the way, natural gas was their primary source of heating for many of these individuals.
Right.
And Biden wants it to go away.
Yes, he wants to get rid of all natural gas appliances, including furnaces.
Yes. By the way, some of the big consumers of natural gas, Texas, Louisiana, Alabama, and others. Largest year that we consumed natural gas last year. And Biden's trying to kill it. Wow. Pro-Palestinian protesters want divestment from Israel. Who are you to tell? You're a student at a university. Who are you to tell the university what to do? And by the way, many of these universities actually receive money from Israel and Jewish individuals.
Yes.
You guys have completely lost your mind. By the way, some of the companies they want to divest against include Expedia, TripAdvisory, Book Holdings, Inc., Motorola, and Airbnb because they are partially owned by Israel. Yeah.
Now think of the age group of the person who is saying this. They use all those products.
No, of course they do. Of course they do. Whoopi Goldberg had a very serious issue with Donald Trump, noting during a recent interview with Time Magazine.
Why is Time Magazine talking to Whoopi?
Well, I mean, she's very relevant, isn't she?
Yeah, she's been irrelevant for a decade.
By the way, she said nobody in your family's ever been hung. I'm sorry, Whoopi.
She hadn't met a lot of my family, or she would know different.
Yeah. Tom, you ever had anybody in your family hung?
Hey.
What?
Nasty. He just got my joke.
So anyway, she basically telling Donald Trump that her members of her family were hung. How can you go back generations and tell me? I mean, how do we know this is true?
You don't. And how does she know that anyone else's family hasn't had members who were hung?
And she said there's definitely an anti-white feeling in this country right now. Anti-white feeling.
That she's pushing.
Yeah, that's called racism.
Yes.
White guilt. Joy Behar might have white guilt. I don't. I haven't done anything to black folks to be ashamed of. Nothing. And let me just say, lynching in the United States was not done to just black folks.
Nope.
Okay?
And it's wrong in every case.
Yeah, but there were a lot of people, horse thieves, they were lynched. People that committed murder, they were lynched. And there are some people in the United States that think that child molesters should be lynched today. So it just didn't affect black folks.
Nope.
But that's part of what they want us to believe. But it's just not true.
Well, it's why they don't want you to read history. It's why they change the history books to shorten all of those types of chapters. So you don't read history. So you don't learn from history.
How many people were hung to death for committing a crime? Robbing banks. Many, many people that go down in history died at the end of the rope. Just wasn't black folks. Just wasn't black folks. But to say there's an anti-white movement in America?
Racism.
Racism. Yeah. I mean, call it for what it is. Don't bite your tongue. And Whoopi, I think you have been a racist for a long time. All right, 927 morning show this morning being brought to you by WWRV times3.com, 988-0392. They have 162 RV hookups in Carlsbad, 30 and 50 amps, 3 different lots. They're pet friendly. They offer high-speed internet right to your hookup. Go to the website, WWRV times3.com. Tom, quickly to the text.
Hey, guys, this is Travis in Roswell. Did you guys see that the governor was handing out a $42 million fine to one of our oil companies? They're going to chase them clean and out of the state, and then what are we going to do? That's Travis from Roswell this morning. And that Social Security money, Tom, will go to the illegal aliens that you're here for, coming here. You know what? Here's the deal. If I left something behind, I would say give it to those immigrants who are suffering, like the ones that Randy and Jim Townsend told us about. They're probably between the cracks.
So don't give it to U.S. citizens.
I will give it to the immigrants. No, I'm being a human being here.
I knew where you're going. Just keep on. Go ahead. I got you.
I'm being a human being here.
Go ahead. Go.
Those people didn't know what they were coming in for.
No, go. And I do mean go. Please,
and Thomas says it goes to the illegals. Says another texter. I hope not.
You just said you wanted it to. Keep going.
Go.
Well, to the ones that aren't having trouble.
All right. Good news of the day being brought to you by Farmers Insurance Agent Herschel Rustin Hayes, Avenue D in Lovington, 575-396-0513. Home, auto, life insurance, commercial insurance. Herschel Rustin Hayes. Good news of the day.
Chipotle is giving out free burritos to 100,000 healthcare workers for National Nurses Week. So healthcare workers, pay attention. All you got to do is go to healthcare.chipotle.com on Monday and enter for a chance to win. A North Carolina man's sister told him that she had a dream he found a bunch of gold. So he bought a lottery ticket and won $837,000.
Whoa.
And finally, a 9-year-old kid in Oklahoma named Branson Baker saved his parents over the weekend after a tornado tossed their truck into some trees. Now, he was okay, but they were both seriously hurt, and you can go find photos of that online. They suffered breaks to their back, neck, ribs, and various other bones. But they're alive, and they are recovering after he sprinted a full mile in the dark to get help. They were close to home, so he said, "Don't die, I'll be back," which sounds like something a 9-year-old would say. He then ran to a neighbor's house that was still there, and they got them to the hospital. Their family expects them to make a full recovery. And now people are donating to their GoFundMe to help them out. And Branson's Little League team also held a fundraiser during the game on Monday. He ended up hitting a home run in that game, just like he did when he got help for his parents. And that is the good news of the day.
One more story before we get out of here. Roswell police working and investigating an overnight shooting. One male in serious condition. That's pretty much all we know. That was on the 400 block of East 24th Street. New Mexico State Police investigating another shooting in Roswell overnight. We're out of here. Friday edition of Being the Breakfast Club. Blake, can you take care of the 5 o'clock hour for me tomorrow? I'm going to be coming in hot.
Sure.
I will be rolling in hot. Tom, go home and read the text to yourself, please.
Which one?
Well, just practice. Just practice. That's all I'm asking. 9:30. Radio coming up next. Roach Air Conditioning and Heating. 575-631-1999. Get in touch with them today. They can take care of all your air conditioning needs. Roach Air Conditioning and Heating. They use new technology like the heat bump-driven inverter unit, and they do offer financing. Their number one goal is to repair your system, your existing system. If you have issues with your air conditioner, 575-631-1999. We're out of here.